starting now from the end of 27 all the way through chapter 30, when I tell you that I could not put the book down, I was having palpitations. Like, my notes are so minimal because I was like, I don't want to stop and write notes. I just want to keep reading.
I agree.
Yeah.
I was reading it and I was like,
yes, just like gasp after gasp. Hey everybody, welcome back to Pagers and Pages, where we're medical students who read more than just textbooks. I'm Erin.
I'm Alondra.
And today we're talking about Haunting Adeline. This is our third episode in the Cat and Mouse Duet series for Haunting Adeline. We're going to be covering chapters 21 through 30 today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I feel like just a little like anecdote to start us off today is that, for context, we are having a Bridgerton themed party this weekend at my place, and I had to go to Sam's Club to get like all the supplies for it. So I'm in Sam's Club, and I always put my headphones in when I'm in Sam's Club because it's just nice to like vibe to my own music and like enjoy the therapy of like retail, almost like retail therapy, even though I'm there for a purpose.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you listen to any like heavier music, but the song Down with the Sickness by Disturbed comes on my headphones. Okay. So it's like, like in my ears. Okay. And I'm walking down one of the main aisles of Sam's Club and looking like up at the signs, trying to figure out what aisle I'm supposed to go down to find olive oil. And all of a sudden I get this like weird, like feeling. Yeah. Okay. I get this weird feeling. And I look back at the people that are coming like towards me, the opposite direction down the main aisle. And there's this guy he's like an average guy. Okay. So he's probably like 5'10", maybe 5'11". I wouldn't be generous enough to say 6 foot, like black hoodie and jeans and like kind of like sandy hair color, but like lighter eyes and then like stubble. Okay. And he's like dead staring at me as he's walking towards me. And I feel like his eyes are like hot coals raked over me. And it like makes me so uncomfortable because he looks at me up and down, looks at my cart and looks back at me. And by this point, I like make eye contact with him, but then like keep walking. Meanwhile, the music in my head is like, and I'm like, oh God. But I knew it was one of those where as soon as I walked past him, I was like, I know if I turn around, I would make eye contact with him again. And so my blood pressure is like getting a little high. But then I'm like, okay, whatever. I just like move on, go find my stuff, check out. I go to my car and I'm putting all of my groceries in my car. And then I'm like, oh, someone walks up to the car next to me and it's the same guy. And so he's parked in the space right next to me. And I'm like, okay, I can't look at him right now. But because it's one of those where like I can feel him watching me while I'm like unloading my groceries. And it just, because of this book, I'm probably like a little high strung. Like normally I probably wouldn't like think that much about it.
We were like, oh my God, I just got my stalker.
Yeah. So I like quickly
always feel like somebody's watching me.
Yes, exactly. So I was like, okay, I have to like hurry up and like finish putting my groceries in my car and put the cart away before this guy tries to talk to me or something. So I like do that, get in the car, and I'm like, okay, I'm safe now. I'm in my car. And then I was like, oh my God, wait, he probably could like see my license plate, or like, what if now he follows me home, or like all this type of stuff. So I pull out of the parking lot and I like forget it, whatever. I drive probably a little over halfway home. And I look in the rearview mirror behind me. And he had a very distinct car, okay? It was one of those where you're like, it's common enough that you like know what kind of car it is, but not like, I don't want to like, I don't know, potentially put somebody on blast. So it was one of those where it's not like a car that you see every day, but when you see it, you're like, oh, okay, I know what kind of car that is. And it was a very distinct color too. So I like freeze in my car. I felt like my blood stop when I look in my rearview mirror at this red light and see that car behind me. But the windows are so tinted that I couldn't see who was in the car. So the light turns green and I'm already like freaking out, like, oh my God, is this person actually like following me home? Like I didn't see them behind me before while I was driving. I go through the red light and go into like the right lane and kind of drive a little slower so that hopefully they go past me. And when they go past me, thankfully, like through the side window, I could see that it was a woman driving.
Oh, okay.
But moral of the story is that I have realized this book has put me a lot more on edge than I originally expected it to.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been afraid of having a stalker before now. And yeah.
This book's scary.
Yeah.
This book is super scary.
So that's my like story for the day, I guess.
For me,
yeah.
it's us doing this podcast that I'm like, oh God.
Oh, someone's gonna haunt you online.
Someone's gonna haunt us online.
Yeah, I mean I feel like that's the crazy thing about social media is like you never know who's creeping on your stuff.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, like I've thought about that before where it's like, dang, like what if there's somebody that like I interacted with and like maybe it's somebody that I was being friendly with, but they took it as like they had a chance and now they just like constantly stalk my stuff online or like, you know, like you have no idea.
Yeah.
Which is a little scary.
Yeah.
But that's okay. We're probably not being stalked because of this, but you never know.
Knock on wood.
Exactly. It's always a possibility. Yeah. But yeah, that's all the like anecdote that I had before we dive into our chapters for today.
Nice.
I just thought that story was gonna be a little bit of a funny story.
Yeah. Definitely gets the blood pumping.
Yes,
sure.
It was definitely one of those where like maybe if I hadn't been reading this book and I didn't have the context of like heavier music in my ears already making me a little bit more pumped up,
edge.
I probably wouldn't have even thought twice because you make eye contact with people all the time.
Yeah.
And it happens where you're like, I don't know if this happens to you, but I never understood like growing up in like middle and high school, people being like, I had no idea that they had a crush on me or that they were like into me. I never understood that because it's things like that where I'm like, okay, I know this guy was checking me out. Like it was undeniable. Yeah. And so I feel like I never understood that because I just was like, how do you not read their body language enough to know that they like are into you? Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I'm just laughing because for me, it was like the opposite. Where I had in high school one time, I had this guy that like talked to one of my friends and he was like, I think Alondra has a crush on me. I think she likes me. And my friend was like, oh, why would you say that? Knowing full well that I had never said anything about this guy like ever. And he was like, well, she just keeps like staring at me in class. And I go, and when my friend's telling me this, I'm like, bro, he sits in front of the board. Where else am I supposed to look? The board is right there.
I'm not looking at you, boy. I'm looking past you.
I know. I'm looking at the freaking board in math class. Like, what are you doing?
That reminds me of that feeling where it's like you're staring into space, but you're actually staring in somebody's general direction. And then you're like, I promise I'm not actually staring at you. I'm staring through you. Yeah. But I can see how that feels like I'm staring at you.
Yeah. That's too funny. Oh. No, but because of this book, I've actually like left your apartment. I'll usually like listen to music. Yeah. And I've left your apartment still listening to music, but with like
one ear open
and like my head on a swivel. Yeah. Like I'll be like,
yeah, you're like, who's walking?
Yeah.
I do that anyway though.
You have to.
I feel like it's different if I'm like walking around in Sam's Club, like, and it's super busy, like, I know I'm not going to get got at least walking up and down the aisles, you know? So then I put my headphones in. But, like, as soon as I leave the building and I go out to my car, it's like one of them's out. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Yeah. Because same thing, like, if I'm running on the treadmill, I'll put them both in. But if I'm, like, outside running, no. Yeah. Usually if I run, though, I do my over-ear headphones and I pop one of them, like, a little bit back. Yeah. Or I put on, like, the transparency.
Yeah. Oh my god, you know what this is reminding me of? Uh-huh. You remember when I had that scary thing happen to me at Publix?
Yeah, when that guy tried to get in your car?
Yeah. So I was at the grocery store and I was walking out and it was like during wintertime where the sun goes down like earlier, but it's like not late.
Yeah,
like,
it's like 5 o'clock and it's dark.
Yeah, like I didn't go to the grocery store at like 10:30 at night. Like, no. So I'm like walking out. When I went into the grocery store, it was daytime. When I came out, it was nighttime. I'm like walking out of the store with my headphones on, but like they're not playing anything. I just have them on because sometimes I don't like people trying to like talk to me.
Yeah.
So I just have them on. There's nothing playing. I can hear everything. And I'm just like walking out, and I see this guy's like following me pretty intently. And then I'm like, you know what? Let me like get my stuff together and like get in my car.
Yeah.
So I put my groceries fast away, return the car, get in my car, and I immediately lock the door. I always lock the door when I get in my car.
Yep.
And I like double, triple check that.
Yep.
And when I tell you this man came up to the passenger side and like attempted to open the door of the passenger side of my car, like I promise you, I was like, because he was walking the direction, there was a pickup truck parked next to me, and I was like, maybe he's going into the driver's side of the pickup truck.
Yeah.
No, like fully tried to get in my car, and I was like, I don't know what to tell this man, but like I'll straight up run him over. Like I don't know, like you could pull like a weapon out on me, and I'll be like, you know what? It's gonna go down tonight. Somebody's gonna get run over or shot. Let's see who's gonna be. And then I like hightailed it out there.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh, I feel like moral of the story is I thought I was taking this book as a lot more like fictional fun.
Your sanity is still intact.
Yeah, I was like, oh shoot, like no, I'm actually a little afraid right now, like that this could happen to me in real life.
Yeah, it's scary,
but not the like good romantic outcomes that happen in this book. Real life, I would not fall in love with my stalker.
Which ones are the good romantic outcomes?
Girl, oh, so many. I already know we're gonna have so many different opinions, but I'm okay with that.
I came a little bit unprepared for this one, guys. I don't have my little papelito with my notes.
That's okay. We said we're starting on 21, right?
Yeah, 21.
Yeah, let me flip to it.
Yeah. I read this book in like no kidding. I read the majority of I read 8 chapters in one sitting. Right after we finished the other podcast.
Oh yeah.
And then I read the other 2 chapters the next night, like going to bed.
Oh really?
Yeah. Like when I tell you that I inhaled these 10 chapters, I like inhaled these 10 chapters.
Yeah. I read them all like in one sitting kind of thing, but it was like I'm writing a few notes. Oh, now I have to hop on a virtual interview. So like I was sitting
in and out.
Yeah, I was like sitting for the day and finished them all that day, but it was very hard to be reading this and then have to jump in an interview, and I'm like, oh, I just want to keep reading about my spicy stalker man.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. With that, you want to get started with chapter 21?
Yes. Let's do a little. Can you give me a little recap? What happened in chapter 21?
Okay, yeah. So chapter 21 is Dea is at her house.
Okay.
And she like admits to Dea like that she's like doing some spicy things with him.
Oh yes, this is where she says he ate my soul.
Yeah, because I thought it was so funny that Dea has the level of friendship with her that immediately she was like, I know you're hiding something. Like you see it on her face that she's like, I know you're hiding something, and then she's like, you're fucking him, aren't you? I was like, I love it that she was like, that is my assumption that you are doing the nasty with your stalker.
Oh my god, because you know in Dea's head, she's like, this bitch would.
Yes, of course.
We all have that friend that we're like, this bitch would.
She's like, I've been sitting here like terrified for you, and you're having a good time with your stalker.
I know, Dea's being like such a good friend, like actually caring about her safety. Meanwhile, Adeline is like, let's ride this roller coaster.
Yeah. And we also get the real answer to our question, because Dea blatantly is like, was it consensual? Like ready to murder him. And she admits that like, I wouldn't have stopped him, but also no, I don't think it was like Addie says, no, it wasn't consensual. That's like her answer, but her thought process is like, well, I didn't stop him, and I was like along for the ride, but no, but she says to her friend, no, it wasn't consensual. Yeah. And like at that moment, I was like, oh, now I feel a little icky. Yeah. I've been enjoying this. Yeah, she also was like, though I didn't tell her about the gun.
Of course not.
And she was like, I don't think I'll ever be able to talk about
No,
that.
she can't.
And I was like, I agree. I don't think I would ever be able to talk about that either, especially when she follows it up and is like, yeah, but I had the best orgasm of my life.
Yeah, I know. I
And
know.
Dea's summary was just so beautiful, where she's like, I'm not judging you, but let me just get this straight. That you egged him on via text.
She was us.
Yeah, she said you felt like a bad bitch, so you egged him on via text. Then he broke in to make good on his promise, tied your ass up. You freaked out at first, but then it ended up riding his face. And she was like, I can tell that Day is not judging me, but she summarized that pretty freaking well.
I just think it's so funny because those were the exact words that I would use if a friend of mine came to me and told me this stuff. So you ended up writing his face.
Yeah, good for you that you got yours, but just so that I'm on the right page, the way that we got there,
oh god,
is this way. Yeah. And it's nice though because she's voicing to Dea like, I'm really confused. It was amazing, but like also it wasn't consensual, so like I'm confused. And I like that she voices that she's confused because I also am confused.
Oh yeah, I have like so much whiplash from like the scenes that they have together.
Yeah,
where it's like not, but also consensual. It's like such a whiplash.
it is. It's a weird gray area. I'm sorry that I'm still coughing. I've got this weird like upper respiratory thing. The dry air is just making it hard to talk. But yeah, it's confusing because her actions are like,
her actions say something
I'm
different.
a bend over for you, but then she's like, no, it wasn't consensual. So I don't know. I don't think she even knows.
I know, yeah, and it makes it really hard for me. That's why, to me, right now, my hot take is that I am enjoying this book as a, oh my gosh, the plot thickens. Let's see what else is gonna happen.
Yes.
But I'm not enjoying it as like a romance
at
all.
Yeah.
And I even like voiced to Aaron, like, don't get me wrong, the spicy scenes are spicy. But I'm like, I do need a semi-healthy romance after this one.
Yeah.
Because like it's just too much.
Yeah. I also like that they're like, well, what do we want to do about this now? And she's like, honestly, I think we should just focus our efforts on trying to solve Gigi's murder. Like nothing ever happened. Like we don't need to talk about him anymore.
Oh my gosh.
And Dea's like, all right, bet. And so then they just start talking about Gigi's murder. And we've realized that she finally admits to Dea that she hopes Ronaldo killed Gigi as a way to criminalize her own stalker.
Yep.
And we had thought the same thing, so it was really nice for her to finally admit that to herself of like, I want him to be like a purely bad guy, and I also want it to like be confirmed that that Ronaldo was a bad guy, you know? So we're getting confirmation of like a lot of our thoughts. She also voices that she probably would have fallen for Z and slept with him if he had asked her out. But then, like,
which is what I said.
But she also admits that she would have been devastated to find out the truth about him. So on the other hand, she also is like, at least I know up front.
Respectfully, I think that that's not true at all.
Yeah.
I know the author wrote it, so it's canon. But I think that it's not true at all. I think that she would have dated him.
Yeah.
Would have fallen in love with him. Would have like, gotten to know him. And in the process of getting to know him, I think if he had just like slowly introduced
like what he does for a living.
Yeah, because what he does for a living is not, it's not bad.
In
like,
concept.
In concept. So like when he could slowly introduce her and say like, I, work to stop like human trafficking.
Well, and he also knows that Dea works for his company.
Exactly.
So he could
and
always
she's okay with it.
Yes, he could always take the angle of like, so what does Dea do? Like, and then ease her in that way.
Yeah, ease her in that way. Wait, I don't think anybody needs to be eased into like, hey, the thing that I'm passionate about is stopping human trafficking, and that's what I do. Yeah. I don't think anybody needs to be eased into that. I think that what needs to be eased into is like, hey, also I do go into dangerous situations.
I kill people.
And then as part of those dangerous situations, I have killed people.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I've also tortured people for information.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then as far as them in the bedroom, I feel like she's like equally freaky.
She is.
She is.
They're made for each other.
They are made for each other. Like she's equally freaky, and I think that he would have like introduced a little something, and she would have been like, oh. And then she would have like,
knowing full well that she was into it.
Oh yeah, and then she would have gone like head first into it.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was crazy that Dea found like photo evidence that links Ronaldo to the Italian crime family, the Salvatore family. Mm-hmm. So now we know that it's like a picture of the family, and Ronaldo is like in the background of this picture. Mm-hmm. And we are pretty certain that it's him in this picture because he's like roughed up, just the way that Gigi described in her journal. Mm-hmm. So the dates of the picture line up with the dates of her journal entry. So we're like pretty confirmed that he's not actually like a member of the family, but that somehow he works for them.
Yeah.
Is he a bodyguard? Is he a bodyguard? Is he someone that they hire like a hitman? Like, I don't know. Mm-hmm. We don't know. Mm-hmm. But it's just like a little bit more confirmed now that Gigi Stalker was in fact involved with like the mob.
Yep.
Scandalous. And then we get to so they have like discovered this about Gigi's murder, a little bit more info about Ronaldo, and then they get super drunk.
Oh my god, yeah, if that's not a girls' night in, I don't know what is.
Yeah, discussing murder and then getting some drunkenness in there.
Woo!
Oh. But I just love the way that they're like stumbling up the stairs, and she's like taking Dea to the guest room and giggling, and she's like, oh, like, I'll help you, like, get out of your clothes. And Dea's like, well, who's going to help you out of your clothes? And she's like, probably my stalker. Yeah.
Oh, my.
And so she ends up, like, drunk, like, falling asleep. Mm-hmm. And, of course, she wakes up to him, like, stroking her skin. Mm-hmm. And then she just goes, oh, great, you're here. Because she's still drunk. And I just love that she was just so like, ugh.
Okay, I gotta say that when I read a brush of skin across my cheek wakes me, I personally read that and I was like, okay, this is gonna be a sweet scene. It was not.
No.
It was not.
By his intention,
it could have been.
But she being her drunk self and even more unhinged.
I feel like I predicted, like when I was reading this, I was like, he's not gonna like do things with her while she's like drunk.
Yeah.
And then, so I was like, okay, this is just gonna be like one of those moments where she's gonna be like, huh, that was not what I expected. Yeah. But no, it turns out that it was not what I expected.
Yeah.
I was gonna be the one that was gonna be surprised.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I wanted to kind of analyze or talk a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? Not like theoretically. I don't know what word I'm looking for. Analytically, I guess.
Like speculation? Or
kind of. Is it this sentence where she's like, I can't figure out what scares me more, him in the dark or him in the light? Mm-hmm. Because... oh, she had fallen asleep drunk with the lights still on.
Oh, that's right.
And and so this is the first time that she's seeing him like just plain as day, like not really in shadows kind of thing. Because she had seen him in the bookstore at first, but he was like amongst a crowd and, you know.
Had his hoodie on.
Yeah, exactly. And I just like that that's kind of the parallel of like getting to know a fake version of him or getting to know like the real version of him, because it's like him in the light is like the real him. You know, it's like just bold in your face, like he's not hiding any version of himself, versus like when you go through the proper, I say proper dating channels, you know, like asking someone out, going on dates, like that kind of thing, there's more shadows to that. People can hide truths about themselves that are not as revealing. And it's like, I don't know which scares me more. Which scares me more, knowing full well, like upfront, what I'm getting involved in and everything that there is to know, versus like falling for something and then realizing that the shadows like made it seem what it isn't, you know, or like the hoopla of dating made it seem like something it wasn't. You know? What do you think about that?
I think that there's levels to it. I think that she knows that he'll probably never lie to her.
Yeah.
You know? But not lying doesn't mean not hiding something. Because you can argue like, oh, he didn't hide his true self. But it's like, actually he did. Because he, in part, prefers to be a monster.
But he's never hidden that. He says to her, like,
but he
I'm
prefers
a
to be a monster. So what he hid from her is the fact that he's in part not. Do you get what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. At least up to this part so far.
Far. Yeah. I think that he has an issue with seeing himself as a hero. Like he can't, like he knows what he's doing is good.
Yeah.
But he's not satisfied because it's not enough and it'll never be enough. So how could he have any sort of, like, not pride, but any sort of, like, actually I am a good man, when all he does is see horrible things? And yeah, he saves survivors, but he's also engaging in activities that, you know, for activities that kind of leave a stain on your soul.
Yeah.
Regardless if the person you're torturing for answers is like a bad person, like their screams will still haunt you if you are a sane person.
Yeah.
And I think that he knows the things that he's done.
Yeah.
And he probably, if you really sat down and talked to him, would feel like there's a fine line between him and the monsters that he hunts.
Yeah.
And I feel like the part that scares him is to be put on a pedestal and seen as a hero. Oh. And so that's why he shows her the monster that he is first.
Yeah.
Because what he's scared of is the letting her down.
Yeah.
And he feels like he basically feels like the monster inside of him is more the real him than the hero. And I don't think that that's true.
Yeah, I don't think it's true either.
I think that it's equal.
Yeah. He just likes kinky stuff.
Yes. But I said, that's why this book is so hard for me, because like I really want to like him and root for him because I see the good.
Yeah.
But like there's actions that he does that I'm like, absolutely not.
Yeah, I agree. I also love that we find out his name in this chapter.
We do!
Because she's like, well, I gotta get my jeans off. I suppose you're just gonna stand there and watch me, aren't you? So she's like peeling off her jeans, and then she's like, well, what's your name? Or like, I don't know your name. And he's like, well, you never asked me my name.
Well, it's kind of hard to ask somebody their name when they're like shrouded in darkness, chasing you down the hallway, and then freaking like...
You're gonna stop and be like, wait, before we continue, I need to know what your name is.
Could you imagine the scene with the gun?
Oh, the gun.
Could you imagine? She's like, wait, what's your name? Just trying to change the subject.
Yeah.
Trying to not get got.
Yeah, so now we find out that his name is Zade. And I actually really like that name. I like it a lot.
I think it's very fitting.
I think it's very fitting too.
You know, because his name couldn't be like Brandon. Could you imagine his name was like Michael?
No.
No, like
It needs to be something where you hear it and like your skin crawls a little bit.
it needs to be like exotic.
Yeah.
In the sense of like, it just needs to be like different, not common.
Oh, I was gonna say it needs to be a moanable name.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. One syllable names are good for that.
Well, I do like Z names.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like the one that comes to mind is like Zachary.
Yeah.
I like that name.
Yeah.
I like
I've always liked Xander.
Yeah.
Even though a lot of people spell that with an X.
Yeah.
I've known people before that spell it with a Z, and I've always liked that. Zane.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah.
Those are good names.
They are good names.
And I like
Zebra.
I like the D names also.
Oh,
Zebra.
You didn't even laugh at my joke.
Zebra. No, I like the D names. I like Dorian. I like Damien. Yeah. I really like Damien.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think that that's like a really wonderful guy name.
Remember last time I was talking about that show, Maxton Hall?
Yeah.
The hot German guy that is the lead actor. His name is Damien Hardung. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what a pretty man. Yeah.
Yeah. I really like those names.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So basically, like when they reveal his name, I was not disappointed.
Which is nice.
Yeah, I was very satisfied with it. And she's like egging him on. She's drunk and feeling bold. You know? Like we also know that he's like, well, I was gonna leave you alone. I was gonna just let
he
you,
literally
like,
said that.
Be drunk and passed out.
Also,
yeah.
I don't know what's up with her, but like sometimes I'm like, all right, that's a little mean though.
Like what?
I don't know. I feel like I was reading this chapter and I was like, you didn't have to say that.
Yeah, okay. I just love that she's like taunting him. She's like riding the pillow and then like starts saying his name now that she knows his name. And he's just, that's what makes him basically go feral at that point.
I will say, I thought that was really funny.
I thought it was too.
And I was like, honestly, if I was in her same position and I was like drunk, I would actually do the same thing. I was just like, that is so funny.
Yes, it was really funny.
Now we know my sense of humor, apparently.
Because I think the thing is, he was a little
taken aback by she was kind of crazy to do that.
She was crazy to do that. And I think also, though, he was a little bit like, well, if I tell you my name, it's like, I'm like making myself a little bit vulnerable.
Yeah, it's a little vulnerable.
And then she just takes it and she's like riding the pillow and like saying his name.
I know.
Oh my God. So of course, like I thought it was hilarious.
I thought it was funny. I love when she calls him kitty cat.
Yeah.
I love when she calls him kitty cat.
Yeah.
I just think that it's awesome.
Yeah. Also, she says like, what, are you gonna like assault me again? And then he says something about like, oh, you're drunk, I don't want to make you like vomit on my dick. And she gets so offended. I couldn't believe that she was more offended by the thought of like, you think I can't handle it? You think that I'm gonna vomit? Versus like him assaulting her again.
I know, right? Like priorities, Adeline, priorities here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's the part where I was like, this is unnecessary. You do not need to be doing this right now.
Yeah. Also, I knew he was gonna have a big dick. Like I just knew it because that's the way that we like to write our male characters. But I laugh every time that they use the word sprung. It cracks me up every time because you know the little like door stopper spring things where you hit it and it's like boing. Like that's absolutely what I think
Cartoon.
of.
Boing.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
That's absolutely what I think of when they say that it like sprung out of his pants.
Well, and you know what? It's like you're reading all these like books and stuff. Not that I'm complaining, but you know, like sometimes you wonder like, all right, not everybody can be the big kahuna of Hanahuna. Okay? Like everything is like, this guy is the best at everything and he's top tier and he's this and he's that. And it's like, all right, I get it. But like, I know that I'm here for the fantasy, But every now and then you read too much fantasy and you're like, okay, like I think I need something a little more realistic now.
Yeah, okay, that's true.
Because I'm just sitting here being like, I wonder where Zade measures up compared to Rhysand, Cassian, and Azriel.
Oh, what's the wingspan?
What's the wingspan on this man?
Oh, it's probably nice.
On this shadow man.
Yeah, yeah. And honestly, we were talking about this a little bit. Like, the way that I picture Zade is basically Azriel with, like, different colored eyes.
Yeah, because Azriel has, like, hazel eyes.
Yeah. So it's just, like, one of them is scarred and blue.
And the other one is, like, deep brown and stuff. Yeah. No, for sure.
Yeah.
And then, okay, we've been terrified to look up a picture of this man because we don't want any spoilers because there's a whole nother book that we have to get through first.
Yeah.
And we asked ChatGPT to generate a picture for us.
Yeah.
And we were just like, I didn't like the picture that ChatGPT generated.
No.
I didn't think it was good. But then Erin...
I caved.
She caved and she had like the bravado to like actually look for a picture.
Yeah.
And she found this picture where it's this guy with a hoodie and like a rose is covering this part of his face. And he has like the scars and stuff. And I just went, whoa.
I will insert that fan art like over this part of the video so that if people are watching instead of just listening, they can
see what made us go, whoa.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that made me feel some things.
Yeah. What a man, what a man, what a man. Oh gosh.
Yeah. I definitely though I was into it until he like made her swallow, and then I kind of gagged a little bit. I was like, ugh. Just the way that they describe it of like shooting ropes kind of thing. I'm just like
I had forgotten about that.
It like triggered my gag reflex a little bit. That I was like, ooh, like I feel like women who just straight up say, I enjoy doing that, are lying. However, I do relate to the, like, I enjoy, like, the fact that it makes my partner feel good, therefore I do it, and, like, do not complain, and even will, like, make the faces and the noises of enjoyment, you know?
Yeah.
I can empathize with that. Yeah. But especially reading scenes like this where the way that they describe it, I'm just like,
I know.
Bleh.
I was like, bleh. I hate, you know what I hate? I hate when she describes her eyes as watering.
I don't get that.
It takes me, I think it's just like the gag reflex.
Oh, it just makes your eyes water a little bit?
Yeah, because like sometimes like when you go to throw up or you're gagging or something, like your eyes water. Kind of like when you yawn and your eyes water.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I hate reading that because it always makes me feel like the character's about to cry, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
It makes me feel like it's not, like she's not into it. It made me sad. I don't like that.
But can we just take a chance to laugh at the fact that, like, it springs out and she's like, it's otherworldly, which I don't know that I would ever, I mean.
I feel like at that moment, if it were me, I would have been like, you know what?
I'm out.
You're right. I would have literally, no, I think I would have straight up apologized. I would be like, I actually need to say, like, I am really sorry.
Yeah.
Like, even if it doesn't get me out of whatever situation I'm in, I would have to pause and be like, you know, I realized that what I said to you was like,
it reminded me of the, you know, the Instagram post where the girl has a tape measure and she's like, this is fine. This is great. This is like assault. This is a crime against humanity. And like she just keeps going with the measuring tape. Yeah, that's how I felt like this was.
Yeah.
But I just think it's so funny that he's like, you actually think that you can handle this? And she's like, yep.
Full confidence. You know what that was?
That was full drunk girl confidence.
You know what that was? That was me telling my boyfriend that I could absolutely run a mile in 7 minutes. That's exactly what it was.
That is, for context, I run probably like, if my lungs are not like this, I will run like 3 or 4 days a week. And I'll go for like a leisurely run and do like a little bit under 10-minute pace, probably like a 9:45. But when I have to do my physical fitness test for the military, like I will run like I can do my 1.5 miles in like 12 minutes, which is not terrible. I don't remember what pace that is off the top of my head, but maybe like an 8-minute pace. I do a little, yeah, right around there. So and Alondra does not run, okay?
I'll walk for hours.
She does not run.
I walk for hours.
So she sends a text message in our group chat.
Because we're starting to get this, like, we're starting to get our fitness journey together now that we have a little bit more time on our hands to be healthy individuals.
Yes.
So I'm actually like putting in effort and I'm really enjoying it.
We are all doing a really good job. I'm quite impressed with how well it's working.
So I was talking to my boyfriend and I was like, hey babe, like what is like a good time for a mile? And he was like, oh, I think like a good time and my boyfriend's a former like D3 soccer player.
Yeah.
At the college level. And he was like, oh, I think like it's like 7 minutes is like a good time for a mile.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think I can do that. And he was like, oh yeah? And I was like, yeah, I think I can do that.
So she puts this in our group chat and I was like, no. I was like, with adrenaline, even when I played like varsity lacrosse, was running for like 3 hours, 5 days a week for practice and had to run a mile every day. My best time was like a 7:15. And so knowing that, I was like,
She's like, ain't no way, friend.
Yes.
Because I got on my soapbox of like, he's just being like a dude and like not believing in me. And so I got offended. And then Aaron is like, I'm pretty sure that if you told him like, hey, do you think I could do it within like a couple of months training, he would probably support you in that and be like, yeah, totally. And so then I was like, fine, I'm going to call him back and see what he says. And then like he did actually fully support me and was really nice about it. So I was just being crazy.
But that totally was Addie being like, yep, I will take every inch.
Oh, yeah. So maybe I shouldn't complain about Adeline. Maybe Adeline is actually very similar.
Oh my god.
But no, I would have totally apologized to him though if what she's saying is true and what came out was
I grossly underestimated how much you were blessed with.
I literally would have said, you know what? I have come to realize that what I said was really rude and I want to formally apologize to you.
Because this is a work of art.
This is a work of art.
This is
Da Vinci
bullshit.
could never.
You know that audio where it's like, this is a work of art. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
Like,
Michelangelo could never.
Yeah.
Oh,
this
gosh.
is a work of art. So they like, do the nasty a little bit.
I guess explicit, but explicit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely that one. I was like, ooh, this is like not a lot for the like female gaze, I don't think.
Yeah, this was not for the female gaze. This was
at least this part. I was like, ooh, because that's what I said. It made me like I could taste it,
Ugh.
Like imagine like the way that she describes it. I just was like, what? Like, oh no.
Yeah, I think that this was definitely like okay, so I feel like this is our first real dark romance.
Yes.
Because I feel like the first dark romance that we read wasn't actually like that dark.
No, Scarred was dark light.
It was like dark light. Diet Dr. Dark.
Yeah. Just a sprinkle.
Just a sprinkle. I feel like this is actual dark, and I was like, this is definitely for women or like readers who have more experience reading like dark romances. Because I was like,
or at least like you could have this same concept written by an author like Sarah J. Maas.
And it's a little more like
it's a little more palatable, You're like, okay, you get the same concept of, he's definitely like holding her hair and like going for it, but like it's written in a less like
less
kind
dainty
of way. Yeah, exactly. It's yes. So this was definitely written a lot more like abrasive.
Yeah, it's like pow.
Yeah, because also I can't stand it when they use the word juices.
There's a lot of words that I can't stand.
Yeah, it's like when they talk about juices, it gives me a big ick. I'm like, there's got to be a better word for that,
Yeah.
But also, I hate the word like moist. I just hate the way that it sounds.
You see, I don't have a problem with that.
Oh,
one.
I do.
The juices one is like, this is not like orange juice.
It's the same thing.
Can we stop?
I have a problem with the oi like sound of it, like
okay.
because it's the same thing where like my boyfriend will make jokes where he, instead of saying sex, he says coitus.
Oh gosh, okay, that I can't stand.
Like Sheldon from Big Bang Theory,
I can't stand.
And I just am like, well, if there was ever like a chance for me to go feral, it's not now.
Yeah,
it's the sound of it. I can't do it. Of course he says it jokingly, but and that's basically this chapter. But he does say to her straight up, I'm not a nice man, after like doing this with her. And it kind of did me in a little bit, because I was like, do I believe him? And if I hadn't had any chapters from his perspective or knew anything about him, I would fully be like, yeah, you're not a nice man.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, he has a problem. If you dive into the psychology of this character, I'm sure that there's something that happened between him and his mom that like was either like he loved his mom, she died tragically, like something bad happened to his mom. I can almost like bet on it.
To make him be like, I'm going like monster mode.
Yeah, to make him be like, I'm going monster mode.
Yeah.
And I think that he refuses to see himself as the person who he actually is, which is a mix. It's a mix of both good and bad.
He can be soft.
Yeah.
He can still be soft. Yeah.
As we will see in chapters to come.
Yes. And that's basically everything for this chapter. It just ends with like, after he like makes her swallow that stuff, he's like, you want to know the best part is I was gonna leave you alone. And then just walks out. I'd have to go like gargle some mouthwash or something after that.
Right? Does she like pass out and like just sleep after that?
No, it just says he just like leaves. You seem to forget that just because I'm yours, I'm not a nice man. Like, just because I love you doesn't mean that at my core I'm a good guy or a nice man. And then because this is Addie's chapter, we get a letter from Gigi. And now we know that at the time all of this is going down, Nana, Serafina, is 15. Gigi's daughter is 15. Addie's Nana. So she's a little older than I thought she was. I thought she was going to be like 10 or 11, but she's like almost an adult.
Yeah, I totally thought that she was actually like in elementary school or something.
Yes, which kind of...
You think it's just a fair spans that? Like, I haven't been paying attention to the dates.
No, they started in 1944 and this is now 1945.
Okay.
But now I definitely feel like that means she's old enough that Gigi could kind of start to divulge a little bit of info to her, knowing that she's 15. So I am convinced that she's the one who stole the journal page out of Gigi's journal and wrote the other note that she was involved in covering up the murder and hid them in the attic. Like, I'm fully convinced.
Like, she's old enough to know.
Yeah, she's old enough to know.
Yeah.
And she's old enough that Gigi...
to make a decision, too.
Yes, and old enough for Gigi to kind of start being like, I need you to understand why things are so bad between your dad and I. Because we learn that, like, Nana's getting abused, too. That, like, it's not just Gigi that John is being, like, aggressive with. He's also being aggressive with Serafina. Yeah. So, like, I wouldn't be surprised if Gigi started to be like, look, this is what's going on, you know? And that's the end of chapter 21. So now 22 is Shadow's perspective. And this one, he was going to have, like, a little... this is where they run into Addie.
This chapter is so good.
This chapter made my blood pressure so high.
Like, pure plot development in this chapter was, like, I think this chapter, I went...
Yes. And also, though, I love that this chapter was from Zade's perspective, not Addie's. Yeah. Because I love that we get his thought process of being like, just go along with it. Go along with it.
Yeah.
Or like
his thought process is definitely a lot more interesting.
Yes.
Because hers is just gonna be like,
what is happening?
What's happening?
Yeah.
But his is like, you get all the added context of like, this man is actually kind of like on pins and needles. Like, all sphincters are being held tight right now.
Yeah. For this chapter, we know that like Zade knows that Addie is at this restaurant, like on there. I'm picturing like an outdoor patio, and she's like holed up in a little corner with her laptop, and she's like either working on her novel or like doing a deep dive on something. Like we don't know, but she's on her computer, really invested, and he's like on his way to have a little spy on his mouse and watch her while she works, and he runs into Mark. Oh, this old pervert. I hate him. He's terrible. And he's like, Zade's like freaking out because he's like, well, I can't even like look in Addie's direction.
Yeah.
So what ends up happening is like Mark is like, oh, let's like get lunch or whatever. And Zade's doing everything he can to redirect him
somewhere else.
And of course he ends up picking the restaurant that Addie's at.
He's like, oh my gosh, the hostess here loves me. Yeah. And then they walk into the restaurant. The hostess is like, this guy again.
Yeah. Ugh, this sleazebag. Yeah. So they get a table, and it's also out on the patio where Addie is, but like a little bit further down. So Zade's kind of like, okay, I got to keep him distracted. I can't even look at Addie. Like he only lets himself sneak a glance when they're walking in. And the only reason he lets himself sneak a glance is because Mark is in front of him and won't see him like look in her direction. So we get from his perspective that he's freaking out, that he's like, she's mine. If Mark sees her, he's going to like set his sights on her, and like this is going to be bad. And of course, Mark ends up getting drunk at lunch and then ends up seeing Addie and is like, ooh, like, look at that one.
Wait, but before then, I think this adds to how disgusting Mark is.
Yes.
Where it's like he sees like a family walk by and there's like a child with the family, and he's like eyeing up the child like it's it's disgusting.
And this child is like 5.
When I read this chapter, I'm literally like reading that part and I literally went, ugh.
And I felt so terrible for Zade, where he was like, well, I have to get this guy to like me because I'm still trying to like work my way in. So he pretends to eye up these kids, but he's like, yeah, I like eyed up the basket of chicken tenders that was like right next to.
He's like, I look at a plate, I look at a chair.
Yes.
He's like, I refuse.
I refuse to look at a child in that way.
Yeah.
And reading all of that, I was like, oh, that's my guy. That's a good guy. I'm like, thank God that he is like.
I mean, I would say that that's bare minimum.
Oh no, but even like I don't know that I would have thought to look elsewhere, if that makes sense. So like, I know that it would be pretend, but like he could have still been like, oh, I will look, but know that I'm pretending. But it was the fact that he was like, I deliberately will not even look at them.
Yeah.
That I was like, oh,
fair enough,
like
fair
applause. Enough. I appreciate this. Like, I don't think that I would
star sticker.
Yes, like I would have known in my own head, like I'm not actually looking at them that way, like meaningfully. I'm more like looking through them or something, but I don't know that I would have thought like, oh, let me like look at the plate next to them or something like that,
No, fair enough.
Yeah. But I basically was like, well, now I don't know who I think is gonna like take Addie first. Do I think it's Max or do I think it's Mark? Like, I don't know, because now someone else has their sights on her.
This chapter added way more to like my theory of her getting napped at the like upcoming like festival.
Yes.
But I want to say before we continue, what kind of like, so when I picture Adeline, I actually picture her like dough pretty, kind of like Elaine from Akatar. Because
I picture her like Bryce.
Really?
More like Bryce. Like
little, maybe body type like
a little
Bryce.
Yeah, a little thick.
I picture her face as like Elaine.
Yeah.
Like that soft dough like
sure.
Because he says like cinnamon brown hair, cinnamon eyes, like a heart-shaped face.
Yeah.
And then like she has like a nice butt and like nice boobs.
Yeah.
Like a pretty body.
Yeah, exactly.
But her face to me is like, you know how they say that every girl is pretty, but it's like the type of pretty that you are?
Yeah.
Are you like doe pretty, fox pretty, siren pretty?
Yeah, I agree. I definitely pictured her have a little bit more doe-eyed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when he's like drunk and he like sees Addie, when Mark sees Addie, I wrote in all caps, I was like, oh God, he saw her. Like my blood pressure's starting to rise.
Mm-hmm.
And then I actually really felt the panic from Zade where he's like, well, what do I do? Do I claim her or do I like ignore her? Like, I don't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And his split decision to like decide to claim her, like, I really don't know if I would have made the same choice because it's like either way, you're putting a target on her back because if you claim her, then it's the
That's
game.
an easy way to get to you.
Yes, but it's also like it becomes like a territory like battle between men. Whereas like if you don't claim her, then she's vulnerable.
I think he made the right decision.
I think, yeah.
Because regardless, like, if he hadn't claimed her, I'm pretty sure Mark would have taken a picture of her, which he did.
Yeah, he took
a picture of her and sent it to somebody to kidnap her that same day.
Yeah.
Like, I guarantee it.
Yeah.
So I think he made the right decision to claim her.
Yeah.
Because it bought him time.
Yeah.
You know?
To then go into his
figure out what to
and
do.
Delete the picture and
yeah.
And then he gets up to meet her and I'm like, oh,
like,
fuck.
Yo, this guy, like, take a hint.
He's a rich old man who nobody ever tells no to.
Exactly.
So he just does whatever he wants.
And he just thinks that he's the life of the party. Everybody loves him.
I'm so glad that Addie was smart enough to just go along with Zade. Like, thank God this was not the time for her to be like, what do you fucking want? I don't like you. Like, leave me alone, or whatever, you know? Like,
well, I think also, like, okay, yes, I agree. Superficially, I agree.
Yeah.
If we were to sit down and think about it more, it'd be a stupid decision for her to do all that in public, knowing full well what this man is capable of and what he's already put her through.
Yeah, okay. But I think at least in the moment, like,
she played it off well.
She read well that this guy is a fucking creep.
Mm-hmm.
And also that made me realize that she's pretty in tune with Zade's expression of him to be able to not say anything and him still be able to convey to her, don't fucking do anything stupid right now because this is a dangerous man, you know? So I appreciated that she went along with it. Let's see. So now we like get a little bit bigger context of the fact that Mark's father is Frank, the detective that was friends with Gigi and John. And in that moment, I was like, I was picturing Mark like 50s. And then now I was like, oh no, this man is like old. If his father was the same age as Addie's great grandparents.
Yeah, because like, he's like Serafina. He's younger than Serafina.
Only by a little bit. By like 4 years. Yeah. So he's in his like 80s.
Yeah.
And I was like, ugh.
Extra, like, just like.
Extra,
it's like,
extra, ugh.
It's like you're being. What's it called? It's like, oh, the crypt keeper.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I imagine. Just like. Yeah. All bones and
disgusting.
Yeah,
like once I actually
liver
put that
spots
together, I was like, oh God, he's like actually really old. I don't know how I missed that before. But I hate how Addie made it so easy for him to pick up on the fact that she was really interested in like learning more about what Mark remembers of like her great grandparents and her grandparent or like her grandma. That he just was like, well, now you have to come to my house for this party because how else are you going to get this info about your family, you know?
Tell me, would you have like allowed yourself to be swayed by that?
No.
Okay.
No, because I'm like, there's no way that this guy knows enough of consequence for it to be worth
my time.
Not even your time, but your life, because he's clearly like an icky guy. And she knows that she's like, okay, if Zade is involved with this guy, is not revealing his real identity, blah, 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 like, This is some dangerous stuff.
This
exactly.
is dangerous.
So I personally don't think that it was worth it.
I don't think so either. And I was like, when I reading this, I literally was like, girl, how could you let this old dude just like manipulate you into agreeing to go to this thing? Like, yep. I feel like even if I thought he had some really good like intel to share, I think I literally, out of spite for trying to use something to manipulate me to do something I don't want to do, would have just been like, you know what? I don't need to know.
Yeah. I wrote on my notes, oh man, Addie doesn't even care that Mark is dangerous. She's more interested in knowing what he knows about the murder. Again, very poor survival instincts.
Yeah, this girl has poor survival instincts.
Yes. But I also appreciate that Zade has the insight to say that she is trying to prove to herself that Ronaldo is the one that killed Gigi because she has a stalker of her own now. And
he knows that she wants to make him like the villain.
Yeah.
Which he is the villain.
Yes.
In her story.
Yes. Yeah. But I just appreciated his insight. Yeah. That he's very in tune.
Yeah.
Actually with her and her thought process. And like I appreciated that a lot. But then, so, like, Mark has a phone call and basically is like, well, I have to leave. I'll see you guys at my party. Zade walks her out to the car and they, like, start smooching. Like, really smooching.
Yeah, that was wild.
And the little kid goes, Mommy, are they having sex? I died laughing.
Oh my gosh. And then I realized at that point that it was still broad daylight.
Yeah.
Because in my brain, it had been like afternoon and the sun had already set and they're doing this. And then I'm like, oh, no. This is still like broad daylight. This man has like no care in the world when it comes to this.
No shame.
They're
just like, it's basically like he walks her to her car and then they're like making out like up against the car kind of thing. Like he's it's not even like gentle kissing. It's like he's picked her up. Her leg is wrapped around him.
Yeah, like it's like intense.
It's intense. Yeah. And the little kid is just like, Mommy, are they having sex? And I was like,
How embarrassing.
So Addie's reaction where she like flies off of him and is like, like, what have I done? What have I just exposed this child to? Like, oh my God. And then the mom, of course, is looking at them like, ugh, like, and then she's
of course you had to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Get a room.
But I don't know if you've ever had like an experience like that. Like, I will never forget, I was in 8th grade. So I was almost 14, or maybe had just turned 14 by like the end of 8th grade. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I remember I was on like my school's archery team, and I had been dating a guy that was also on the archery team, as much as you can date someone in 8th grade. And I remember we went to like put the equipment away, and we were like in the equipment closet, and he was like, ooh, like gonna sneak a smooch. And he did something like that where it was the like scooped me up, my legs were wrapped around him, like making out in this closet, okay? And it was maybe only like a few minutes, okay? Like and that was like all that we did. But I remember like I walked out of that closet and was like, oh, I'm like lightheaded, I'm weak in the knees, like what just happened? And so reading Addie being like, oh, like my knees are weak and trying to like reorient herself to the world, I was like, oh, I get that.
The room is spinning.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Well, this was some fun Aaron lore that I didn't know before.
Yeah, I was spicy. I didn't end up I didn't end up having sex until I was like in college, but like I dated in middle school.
I love that you're like, I was spicy. You continue to be my friend. You continue to be.
Yeah. That's fair.
That's so funny though. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, isn't that a good story? Yeah, it was definitely one of those where I was like, whoa. Like,
whoever that kid was, he knew what he was doing.
I'm pretty sure that, like, if I learned now that he had already had sex before he started dating me, I would not be surprised. Oh, because there's no way that you just there's no way that you just like pull out moves like that.
I know, right? Like, where'd you get that from? That's not something that like, unless he watched, like, I was thinking that, you know, some movies, not like the super inappropriate ones, but like just regular movies that you would go out to the movie theater to see.
Yeah.
Like, I was thinking, like, maybe something from that. Because,
Yeah.
there's some PG-13 movies that, like, can get like that.
True.
So.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
The Aaron lore.
I know. Oh my god, if my parents knew that one, they would die. They didn't like him because they knew that he was like
not
an innocent guy. Yeah, exactly.
That's what they say. Oh, he's fast.
Yeah.
She's fast.
Yeah.
Right? That's like the old
yeah.
like saying.
But my summary is that I love this chapter so much. I love that there was like interaction in the daylight between them. I'm like, oh, it's that same feeling where it's like you meet someone online and then you take it into the real world kind of thing. It's like, oh, it's like actually like their lives are like becoming more intertwined,
I just thought it was great for like plot development, great for like character relationship building.
Yeah.
Because like Zade is overall very pleased with her, like the way that she was able to like bounce back from the shock of seeing him in daylight, and roll with the punches.
Yeah.
I think he said something like my little mouse like she did good, basically.
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
Yeah, like I think he's realizing he can incorporate her into his world a little bit more, and she's not gonna fully freak out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's all I had for 22. I loved this chapter. I thought it was so good. I was on the edge of my seat. Like, what is Mark gonna do? What is Zade gonna do? Like, yeah. And now we flash back to Addie's perspective. And of course, Dea is like, you're doing what? With who? You're gonna go where? Because she's like telling her, like, oh, we met Mark. I now know that he knows about Gigi. I need this info. And Dea is like, are you stupid?
Dea is the audience.
Yes.
She is literally the readers.
Yes.
Being like,
excuse me? Like, what are you, like, this defies all logic.
Also, there was something that Dea said in this chapter that I thought was like interesting, because what is it that she said?
She knows she knows Z.
Yes, that's what it is. She's like, she literally says, he's not Z, is he?
Yeah.
And then at this point, I'm like, oh, I'm about to get the reveal that she works for Z.
Yeah. And it is. She confirms that that's who she works for. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we saw that one coming from like chapter 1.
Yeah, miles away.
But it was nice to like actually get it confirmed. But I appreciate Addie's like inner struggle, that she's like trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, that he like tried not to get her involved in the situation with Mark, which is true. But she knows that they both have something to gain by going to Mark's house. Like, she has enough insight to say, oh, like, Z is trying to get something out of this man also. So she's like, it's mutually beneficial for us to go. Even though it puts us in a little bit of danger, we both might get what we want out of it. It puts
her in a lot of danger.
Yeah. But it feels more like it's no longer like a you versus me. It's a us versus them.
Yeah, like for the first time they're on a team to try to get something.
Yeah, it's like a us versus them. And then I just love that their friendship, Addie and Dea, is like a strong enough friendship, excuse me, that Dea can be straight up and be like, Addie, Mark manipulated you.
Yeah.
Like, not even try and like sugarcoat it. She just is like, that man manipulated you. And she was like, yeah, I know. Like, yeah. But what can I say? I want the information.
Yeah, I want what I want. And I gotta go in the den to get it.
Yeah.
You know? The one thing, I think it's like coming up. Oh my gosh. I actually made one note, and it's here. It says, Dea is talking to Addie. She goes, how the hell, oh no, this is Adeline thinking to herself. She goes, how the hell did I get so unlucky that the ultimate hacker would stalk me?
Yep. And I never even had a chance.
I know. My note, I literally just wrote very funny. Like, I cackled when I read that.
Because then she says, I never even really stood a chance.
Nope.
I was like, no, you didn't, baby girl. That man is capable of getting into anywhere and everywhere that he wants.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yep. And then I said, okay, I wanted to talk about the bottom of page 325.
Oh, I'm on 325.
What is at the bottom of 325? Honestly, I doubt that, Addie. If he is who I think he is, he's doing some good in the world, and he's clearly obsessed with you in a very unhealthy manner. But from the sounds of it, he's not the typical stalker where he's out to murder you. I think he just really, really wants to be with you and is handling it in a very creepy fucking manner.
Yeah.
I loved it. She explained it beautifully.
She's the MVP of the book.
Yes.
Dea is the MVP of the book.
Yes, from Dea first being like, so let me get this straight. You like taunted him and then he ties you up, but then you like rode his face, like just to clarify. And then now she's like, just to clarify, like, I think he will protect you. Like, I think he loves you.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, I think he's going to keep you safe in this dangerous situation that you let yourself be manipulated into.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, we should start having, like, little awards for, like, our character chunks.
Yeah.
And right now, Dea, MVP of this chapter chunk for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. But I just...
Also...
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
I just want to say, like, in this same chapter, like, we later see the scene of him picking her up at the house to go to the party. And if I was Dea, I would be like, okay, I would be terrified, but I would be like, I'm gonna meet your stalker. Like, I would be terrified because hello, a stalker is gonna know who your friends are.
Yeah.
So she's already on his radar. Also, she's his employee. So if I was Dea, I would be like, first of all, I'm gonna see the face of the man that's gonna take you somewhere just in case.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm going to see that guy's face.
Yeah.
And then the other part of me would be like, I kind of want to see what my boss looks like.
Yeah, like, who is this, like, major world vigilante man? Like, I want to know.
Yeah. It's, like, on multiple. So, on one, it's, like, you want to know who your friend's stalker is. On the other, you want to know who your boss is because you obviously, like, believe in what he does. And then on the other hand, wouldn't you want to know the face of the man that your bestie says, he ate my soul? Yeah. Would you not want to know what he looked like? I would be like, girl, I'm going to see what this guy looked like.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I just hate that Addie is, like, so afraid of realizing that Zade is a good guy. Wouldn't that make it easier for her to feel better about, like, being attracted to him? You know, like, why is she so obsessed with, like, he can only be bad? And that is creating the turmoil of, like, well, he can only be bad, so therefore, like, what is wrong with me that I'm attracted to him? Like, why can't she be like, there are layers to him, and that makes it a little bit more okay for me to be attracted to some of those, like, good things that he does in the world, you know?
Yeah. I think it's because, like, well, in part, it's because, like, she doesn't get his perspective the way that we do. Right? She would need to sit down and talk to him, which later kind of, like, happens a bit, in order to get this, like, perspective. Because as of right now, I still think she doesn't know fully what he does.
No, she doesn't.
It's in the car that he tells her.
Yeah.
Like, what he does. Yeah. And so right now, she just has the perspective of, like, this hot guy breaks into my house and does things to me that, like, my body says... My body's telling me yes, but my mind is telling me no. Yeah. You know, like, that's what she's going with right now. Yeah. So it's like, I think that's why she's so, like, because also, I think, would anyone take the time to get to know their stalker? Probably not. No, right? Exactly. I think what happened at the restaurant is, like, the first step. And I think her being drunk, if she would have talked to him a little bit more, she would have definitely gotten more out of him. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So she, like, definitely played her cards poorly in that situation.
Summary of the book. Addie plays her cards poorly.
Yeah. I'm waiting for her to be a master manipulator.
Yes.
I'm waiting. Yes. I thought I was going to get it when she was a little drunk. I thought she was going to be like, so what do you do? Like, I thought she was going to interrogate him a bit.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you know, I get drunk and I get chatty. Oh. So I'm like, oh, she's going to chat him up.
No, instead she just sucked that dick. Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
So... And then I thought that she was gonna get more out of him a little bit later on, and still nothing.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, girl, you need to get your info up. You're playing a dangerous game with a man who is like leagues ahead of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I love that she wears the dress that he got for her because I love it. That whole thing about like there's just something about like when your partner wears something that you pick out for them, because it's like, you know, the like, how would you dress your partner kind of thing. Like, oh, there's just something about it that is so attractive. So like, I just love that she wore the dress that he gave her, because you know she walked out in that dress and he was like, oh, Lord of mercy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. I think like she wore it because she wanted to wear it.
It was a really nice, expensive
beautiful.
dress.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And also she's like, oh, I'm not even gonna lie to myself and pretend that like she wanted to wear it. She saw it, she was like, oh, it's like nice.
Because, you know, I would have seen that dress and I would have been like, oh, this man has money. He buys me nice things that make me look sexy.
Oh
like,
my God.
I definitely would have been so like little girl squealing excited if I opened a box and it was a dress like that. I would have been like, oh, I'm going to a ball. I'm going to be the pretty princess.
I'm going to be a pretty princess.
Yeah. With the rich man on my arms.
Yeah. I mean, because at this point, she still doesn't know anything of what he does.
No.
Or how well off he is.
Yeah.
But also, it's like, I had this conversation with my boyfriend the other day, and it's like, beautiful things don't have to be expensive. They just can be beautiful.
Yeah.
In this case, this is a beautiful thing that is expensive. But I told him, like, you put anything beautiful in front of me, just the fact that it's beautiful, like, fills me with so much joy.
Yeah.
I think I would have opened a box and seen a beautiful red. You know, like, red is one of my favorite colors.
Yep.
I would have opened that beautiful box and seen a beautiful red dress, and I would have been like, oh, gorgeous. Yeah. And the heels are gold, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you know I love gold too.
Yes.
Don't even.
Yeah. Oh.
You know, I did my color thing. I did like a
color theory.
I did like a color theory on me, and I used ChatGPT, shamefully, but I used it and it told me that I'm a bright spring, which I think is so interesting because I would have never picked spring for myself. I would have thought that I would have been like a summer, and I'm not. It said I'm a bright spring. So basically it was like pastels and muted colors are just not.
You need like hot pink.
I need
like
high
bright,
which makes sense for the dress that I wore for Catherine's wedding.
Yeah.
I wore that same dress to another wedding, and I had so many people tell me that they loved that color on me.
Yeah. I feel like I have never done color theory, but I feel the prettiest and get like the most compliments when I wear like deep, like royal colors. Like instead of bright red, like bright red does look good on me, but like burgundy is a really good color for me. Like royal purple, navy blue, like those deeper
like
colors.
Jewel tones.
Yeah, those are the colors that I tend to get a lot of compliments in. Yeah.
Yeah.
But when she wore the dress, I was very excited for her.
I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. So he like picks her up in his Mustang, and of course she gets in and is like,
we've missed a part.
What part?
Okay, so there's a spicy scene that happens.
Oh, like before they get in the car?
Yeah.
Yeah, that she sucks his dick again.
Oh gosh. But
the belt?
I hated that. The belt?
I did not hate that.
Really?
So you're not like an S&M person, apparently.
No, dude.
No bondage for you.
I literally, that was happening, and I got the ick so much from the fact that the belt was around her neck. Like, I was like, no. Like,
really?
not even what they were doing. What they were doing, I was like,
all right.
Proceed.
If I saw my man dressed up in a black suit, like, I probably also would have been like, I will get on my knees willingly.
The belt, I was like, no. I was like,
really?
Yes.
Okay.
It freaked me out. It freaked me out. I was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna die. I know she's not gonna die. But like, I literally was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna die.
No, I was here for it. I actually,
Well,
I am not even like trying to like for the meme say
No,
I was
no,
here
no,
for
I
it.
know,
Like,
I
no,
know.
I was here for it.
But the craziest
Yeah.
part is that the whole reason I bring this up is not even necessarily to talk about that. It's because of what happened before that led to that. So he holds her hand and gives her a kiss on her hand and then like looks at her hand and she's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm just imagining like you're like a ring on you. Like I'm gonna marry you basically." And then she mouthed off and said something like, "I'm not ever gonna freaking marry you." Like, "Oh, go to hell," basically, is what she does. And then it leads to this. Because obviously he's like, "Oh, really? You want to be like that?" And then it goes like downhill
Him
from
being
there.
like, get on your knees.
Yeah, basically. But I was like, well, what a missed opportunity. Like, honestly, if somebody said that to me, I would have turned around and been like, "I like a big emerald."
Yeah,
I would
I
have been
expect
like, "I like a fat, like, oh, you, okay, you want to,
it better be like minimum 5 carats or like, you know,
yeah, like I feel like in that moment I would have been a snob and I would have been like, I accept nothing less than 3 carats, or I would have said something like, it better be an emerald, or I only like sapphire, you know, something snobby.
Yeah.
You know, because she mouths off sometimes, and I feel like she could be way more creative with the way that she mouths off.
Yeah.
You know, like there's a way to be like, to not like, granted, she likes getting this reaction out of him, but there's a way to like not get this reaction out of him and still mouth off in a way that like is still like spicy and a little like taunting and like, all this stuff.
Fine, if that's the game that you want to play, here's my conditions.
Yeah,
my terms.
Just like I want gold and I want an emerald so big you could see it from a satellite.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Something like, you know?
Yeah.
But I feel, and I think that that's why I have trouble with believing that she's like this master manipulator.
Yeah.
She's not.
Yeah.
You know, as of right now, she's not.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like the only thing that this scene was missing for me is I needed him to like snap the belt before he, you know,
like before
like the pull it off and like
yeah.
like a nice like pop sound.
Have you seen the lumberjack on Instagram? That, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Okay.
My Instagram is like for my eyes only. My Instagram is full
and
of
then
stuff.
all the memes you sent me?
Yeah, I send you a lot of stuff that is like spicy.
She does.
I'm trying to pollute her algorithm. Just bring her down to my level.
Down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, I feel like, okay, what I wrote is like, maybe this is divulging too much personally. I don't think it is, but whatever. Is that I feel like Addie is a woman who has like learned to dominate the world of her respective field, right? Mm-hmm. She is a very good author, a very famous author. People love her books. Like, she has gotten what she wants from the world in that sense.
Yeah. She's satisfied with her career.
Yes. She's independent. She's a very strong-willed person. And that kind of woman is who's so used to dominating the world around them. I may or may not be like speaking from like personal experience of having to work my way up on my own to get everything that I want. Like, especially like trying to get into medicine, like it's still like a dog eat dog kind of world to get to where we are. So it is capital HOT hot when a man is dominant.
That he's,
because it's like,
I get that.
You're like, I can shut my brain off.
That he's the top dog in the situation.
I no longer have to like make decisions. I'm like, oh, you told me that you want me to get on my knees. Okay. Like, granted, this is not to just some like random guy. Like, this would be specific to me and like partner. The person that I am with.
Yeah.
But I was real into it. Yeah.
I really like the dress part.
The dress part? Yeah. Yeah. I also was okay with that.
It was like a pretty princess moment.
Yeah. I also just thought it was really interesting that she felt like choosing, like he wasn't gonna actually like he wasn't putting himself in her mouth. She chose to do that.
Oh, true.
And she says, like, this is how I maintain my dignity. And I was like, is it?
I literally wrote in a note, girl, your dignity was lost a long time ago.
Yes,
Girl,
yeah.
What? I
Yeah.
felt like there she was actually being a little bit of a master manipulator.
She was.
By taking matters into her own hands there.
Yeah, she was.
I did feel like that was a power play. I don't think it was the power play she thought it was. Because I was like, baby girl, your dignity flew out the window, the attic window on a phantom breeze, okay?
Yeah. So then they get in the car, like, to go to the party, and she says, I never knew the act of driving a vehicle could be so pornographic until now. And I said, oh, I relate. There's some men can look real nice when they drive a car a certain way, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I said, that's facts. I said, that's some ovulation unhinged statements right there.
You know what? Yeah, you're right.
That's the I'm ovulating and his hand gripped that wheel just right. The veins popped a little bit and you're like, take me now.
That's so true.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I really admire that they have such a honest conversation in the car.
Mm-hmm.
He speaks to her in a way that is just like very matter of fact. Like he doesn't avoid answering her questions, you know, he lets her ask like, what do you do? And he's very straightforward about like, I work to end human trafficking. And then she's like, are you Z? And he's like, yeah. Like,
yeah.
Very
confirmed, yeah.
Yes, he doesn't even try and like string her along in any way. He just is like, yeah, like they're just being honest with each other.
Yeah. Because also it's like he did nothing to dismantle the amount of like tech stuff in his car.
Oh,
like
yeah.
When it's described, I picture like, you know how state troopers have like the dash camera and there's like that's how I see it.
And, yeah.
So and like she gets in the car and she sees all of it and she's like, okay, so what Dea said is almost basically confirmed. I just need him to confirm it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, he doesn't speak to her like she's dumb, or he doesn't gaslight her and be like, what? How could I possibly be like this head of a world organization or whatever? He's just like, yeah, that's me.
He's like, yeah, that's me.
Yeah, but also not like bragging either.
Yeah, just matter of fact.
Just very matter of fact.
And he also tells her like, I make my money working for companies like freelance, and then I use that money to fund everything that I do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just kind of felt like he was talking to her like she's his equal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there was no belittling, there was no gaslighting. It was, which in my head I'm like, okay, so the bare minimum, but
that's nice.
That's nice. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, wait, I gotta say,
yeah,
I think it's in the car they're having this, and Kindle tells you how many people highlight something.
Really?
Yes. So I wanted to tell you this. So apparently this has been highlighted 53,252 times.
Okay.
And it goes, I want to slap him, but the asshole would probably like it and then turn around and slap me back. And my dumbass self would probably like it too.
Yep.
I just think that's so funny.
Some people... It's one of those things of like... People are really animalistic when it comes to like their sex lives.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but what I'm getting at is like people like to be smacked around a little bit. Like not everybody, especially like depending on what you've had go on in your life, you might not like that, but like a lot of people are like, yeah, growl and throw me against the wall, like
yeah,
rough it up.
I just really like that she also has the insight of like, basically,
he's fucked up, but I'm fucked up too.
They were made for each other.
Yeah,
like they just were.
It's that song where it's like, yeah, I got issues, but you got them too. Yeah, 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 exactly. And then she's like learning about that he does like really world-saving work. And she's like, so he's only crazy for me. That's okay, right? Like, like that's basically what she's like. Her
she's like
inner
she's
monologue.
like trying to
Yeah. She's like, I'm kind of okay with what he's doing to me because he's saving so many people. Like, is that wrong? Like, so she is now more on the journey that we as the reader have been through, where we're like, oh, like we know all the good things that he's been doing, but then he's doing these things to Addie where you're like, oof, like
we're like, brother, what are you doing?
Yeah. So now her thought process is much more in line with like the journey that we've been going on. Yes.
Yeah. And she says, still, both perspectives have shifted the way I look at him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's just her talking about basically she's like, oh, it shouldn't change how I think of him considering what he did to me 5 minutes ago. And then she's like, but it does.
That she's like, oh, I like it a lot more now because I know that he's like a world-saving man. So like, yeah, she's like, I'll let you choke me a little bit.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Now we're chapter 24.
But I also like the end of this chapter where like they're getting ready to show up to the party and she's like, I believe that you'll protect me from Mark, but who's going to protect me from you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he's like, whoever tries is gonna end up dead.
Yeah.
I've been like, oh.
Yeah.
That makes me weak in the knees a little bit. I liked it. But to end the chapter, like
I think I would be on the same page if I didn't think that he'd actually do it, but like he actually would do it, and that's kind of scary.
Oh yeah, it's scary, but it's also like I'm a territorial person. Like if another woman makes eyes at my man, I would be like, I'm gonna kill her. That's it. Like that thought. Like I would never actually.
Aaron,
I would never actually do it. No,
oh, God.
I'm kidding. No, I would never actually do it, but it definitely crosses my mind where I'm like, I'm gonna have to fuck her up now. She looked at him. That's it. So like, I kind of understand.
I am territorial as well.
Not to the same extent, though. Yeah. No, like
I'll tell you something after we're done.
Oh my God, no! But it definitely crosses my mind where I'm like, I'm gonna have to go put this bitch in her place now, you know? Like,
yeah.
But not like
okay, yeah.
Yeah. Whereas, oh my, heaven forbid someone make a pass at him in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Or like you're at a party and somebody's just like really friendly and you're like,
murder eyes. Stabby duck.
You're like, looks like a cinnamon roll, could kill.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we just get one more letter from Gigi at the end of this chapter that was really sad because it's basically just like we get some insight into how abusive Gigi's marriage is really becoming, and it's really sad. Yeah. It's really sad.
Yeah.
So yeah, now they're at the party, chapter 24. Is there anything I need to know before you bring me into the pit of snakes? I just love that, though, that he very clearly is like, this is why I'm here. Mm-hmm. This is the name that... Excuse me. I'll try and cut that out later. Like, in here, this is the name that these people know me by. I know that's not my real name, but, like, you'll have to go along with that. And this is what these people are doing and what I'm looking for. Mm-hmm. He's very clear.
He's like, boom, 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 boom.
You know, I almost wonder, it's kind of that same thing where, like, we get so used to men who don't know how to communicate. And men that don't know how to communicate their feelings, especially. And so it's like when we read about a man like this, who's so clear about his intentions, like he does not say anything that he does not mean, and he means everything that he says. Yeah. So when he is just like, I'm gonna marry you, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm like, oh, he's gonna do it. I believe him. But he's also very clear about saying, like, this is why I'm here. He doesn't hide that from her. Mm-hmm. Like, he might not necessarily volunteer things, but as soon as she asks. He's like, yeah, here it is. You know?
Yeah.
And I really like that. Love a man that communicates.
Boom, 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 boom. This is the mission.
Yeah, but I really didn't like that they were going into Mark's house. It was like making me super anxious.
I was like, oh, you're gonna get got. I was like, oh my god, what if there's no party and they just get taken?
Yeah. Oh, but I love their banter where she realizes like, oh, he like goes into these gentlemen's clubs and he goes, don't worry about it. I only have eyes for you, baby. And I was like, oh.
I know. I kind of wish that I could like see her be a little bit more jealous.
He didn't say I only have eyes for you. He said I only get hard for you. And I was like, oh.
I don't remember that.
Whew, I need a fan.
Let me see. Oh yeah. And she goes, it sounds like you just have erectile dysfunction to me.
I know.
That was so funny.
That was funny. But we go in and she, at first, I thought she was like kind of in awe of this house because he goes, fix your face. And I thought that she was like gaping at this like beautiful mansion, but it turns out she's like disgusted by it.
Yeah.
That she just is like, oh, like, it's not because the place is ugly, but it's just because it's so pretentious and flashy. I don't even need to see the rest of the house to know that it screams like, look at me, I have $1 gazillion and I have no intention of sharing that wealth with the millions of starving families around the world. And then like, in addition to the fact that Mark is a literal predator.
Yeah.
So her face is like contorted in disgust and he's like, you gotta fix your face. So I like that moment. I like that he was just like,
fix your face.
Yeah.
No, it's like all the videos now on social media. It's like when you have that one friend that can't like, that can be quiet but can't hide their facial expression. And then it's like those smiley faces and they like,
they stick it
right on the person's face.
Yes, that I feel like I've gotten better about it. But I definitely struggle when it comes to controlling my face. I am the person that, like, the second somebody says something stupid, it's like, you know the meme where it's the little blonde girl in the car seat and she does the, like, side eye, like, the fuck?
Yes!
That's me. I do the, like, ugh, face all the time.
Have you seen the one that's, like, the little, like, wiener dog that's, like...
Yeah. I have an expressive face. And I don't always have as much control over it as I do over running my mouth. So either I stay quiet and my face is a mess, or I try to control my face and my words come out, and then that could be worse. So, but I really related to Addie at this party because she is playing the extroverted introvert part very well. And I know I've had to struggle with that where, like, at my core, I'm an introverted person. With my friends, absolutely, I can be extroverted. And, like, when the conversation is stimulating, like, I can be extroverted, but at my core, like, it drains me, you know? So she's, like, trying to live it up, make Zade look super good at this party. Like, basically, like, everybody is, like, falling in love with them as, like, a couple and, like, enjoy, like, they are
How could you not? They're like the hot young couple.
Exactly.
Like, if I was like, I already know that in my like just in my middle age, if I saw like a young couple, I would be like, how are you guys doing? Like, what's going on? Like, what's it like to be like your age at this time period? You know, like, I would just be so like, just like, oh, like, I remember that time. And it's like such a great time, like when you're like young and in love. And like, granted, they're playing the part of being in love and what they're doing is a little weird and complicated. But what I'm saying is, like, to be older and like to have a partner and you can look back on your history. Yeah. And you're like, I remember those days.
Yeah, that's true. Or like, I remember the young lust also, like the, you know, being young and spicy. Like, I'm not worried about breaking a hip or something. Like,
you could just get bionic hips.
Facts. Yeah. Yeah. So I really related to her, like, talking about that. And then Mark ends up like finding them at the party.
Oh my goodness.
And it never crossed my mind about how an introduction can be so profound. The fact that he says like, "Oh, this is my wife," but never says her name. It's just like, "This is my wife," like she's a possession. And Addie is witnessing all of this and like saying like, "Wow,"
and
like
she's reading it.
And I just was like, "Oh, I never even thought about like, do I do that? Do I say like, this is my boyfriend," and then I never say like, "This is Nick," like never give him an identity of his own? Like, I sure hope not.
I'm pretty sure you don't do that.
But it never even really occurred to me.
Well, because normal people lead with like a name and then like what they are to you, or like, "This is my boyfriend so and so," like, or "This is so and so my boyfriend," you know, like it's
the
like
association,
natural. Yeah, like, "Hello, I saw one of our like classmates walking her dog, and I like went up to her just to say hi, and she was like, 'Oh, look, this is like blah blah blah,' and she straight up like told me her dog's name," you know. So it's like,
yeah,
it's like you just, when you care about something or someone, you lead with like, then like you always say their name, but obviously like this is meant to be like, this man also doesn't care about his wife,
and then the wife has to be like, "Hi, I'm Claire," you know? And the moment between her and Zade when he like grabs Claire's hand and like kisses her hand, and Addie is like, I just witnessed him like make this woman a promise that she didn't even know she needed, and I just was like, that's right, he's saving women. Like,
while terrorizing another.
Well, okay, but she likes it, so like, yeah. But it made me so sad also, like, to see that Mark's wife is so abused and like
so thin
and the
frail.
yes, and the fact that Addie is like, her dress is gorgeous, that people might not ever question the fact that it is like high collar, long sleeved, floor length, that it covers everything, and probably very bruised flesh underneath it. And you know, like the abuse is hidden well when you're not looking for it.
Like, it just looks like she's a very modest woman,
yes,
being covered up, and like the dress is so expensive, so he must care.
Yes,
you know.
But then you have Addie and Zade who are like, I see through it so easy, and this poor woman is miserable.
And I would argue that like we get their perspectives because they're the main characters, but there's no way that like people don't know that.
Yeah,
like people know.
Yeah,
that's like the difficult part about escaping somebody who's abusive is like, you're not just escaping one person, you're escaping everybody else that allowed it to happen.
Yeah, that's also very true. Well, hello, it's about time you decided to come join us, Bosif.
Is he grooming me?
Bo the hoe, you coming to join our episode?
You grooming me?
Hi, buddy. He's got to make the rounds. But yeah, like, now Mark is like, oh, you guys will come find me, like, we can talk about Gigi in a little bit. And I just, like, we know Mark is holding Gigi over Addie's head.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But like, why? What is it specifically that he's trying to get out of Addie? Because Addie's not a child, you know? So like, okay, it's not like he's going after her in a child predator sense. He probably would love to do things to her. But I'm like, is there something bigger also?
Well, I was thinking that it was the ritual. Because remember, the whole reason why he's on Zade's radar is because the ritual was like filmed and they weren't very like, they didn't cover up their faces and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So I would be concerned if I was Zade. I would be concerned that it would be like for multitude of things, but also for the ritual.
Yeah. And so that's basically how this chapter ends, except we have Gigi's note.
Well, this chapter was this the chapter that they watched the scary movie?
No, that's the end of this chapter, is him being like, come find me later and we can talk about Gigi.
Oh, interesting.
That's like the end of this chapter. But Gigi's note is like, she insinuates that Ronaldo would try to kill John for the way that he's abusing her and Serafina. And I'm like, so maybe like a fight goes down, and like maybe Gigi tries to leave and takes Sarah, and then like that's why like John tries to kill her. Like I feel like it's building towards like something big is gonna go down, and that ends it with Gigi being murdered. Yeah. Now we go to chapter 25, and this one is from Zade's perspective. I live for his chapters.
Honestly, yeah, I find him to be so entertaining.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And just like overall, also like, you know, sometimes how you'll think something, but like your gut reaction is to be like super extreme, like super intense.
Yeah.
I kind of like that he's also super intense.
Yeah.
You know, like granted, he does some of the things that he's thinking, and like I wouldn't.
Like how he literally opens the chapter and he's like, if I spend another fucking moment in this stuffy ballroom, I'm gonna start shooting people just to release some tension.
Yeah.
Like I relate to the feeling of like, I need to get out of this like social environment that is overwhelming me, but he takes it to like the extreme.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think that the little like psychology or like, you know, like the part of the
Okay, well, I just spilled my tea all over myself. That's great.
I think like the little psychology or like psychiatry part of me is like wants to get in his brain and just like dissect out, which is also in part why I'm so frustrated why Adeline is not like, so tell me about your childhood. You know what I mean?
Why are you stalking me?
Why are you the way that you are?
Yes, exactly.
What motivates you as a person?
Yes.
And I feel like if she did that, I would like feel like, okay, she is more of like a master manipulator because she's trying to figure out what ticks and pull on those strings.
Yeah.
And I feel like that would be really interesting. So I find his chapters to be more interesting than hers, to be honest.
I feel like there's not a lot of depth to her.
Yeah, because she's just like, the emotions she's experiencing are kind of superficial.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
I feel like he's got a lot more of the like backstory that I want to explore and stuff, you know? Yeah. But I actually quoted that he says, this woman is going to reduce me to an animal. Talking about Addie. I was like, ooh, it's spicy.
Oh, gosh.
It's spicy. And so they basically are like, we got to get out of this ballroom. They start like, Jay is like in his earpiece and he's like, yeah, okay, the cameras are like cut so they can leave the ballroom and kind of wander around the house. And like they act like they're looking for information, like, or like Zade is looking for information around the house, but he just is like kind of roaming around. And they find a movie theater. And I was like, oh man. First, my thought was I would love to have a movie theater like this in my house one day, where it's all like soundproofed and like the nice like velvety plush chairs, huge like wraparound screens, so you're really like engulfed in the movies. And then we find out that the movies that are like able to be played in this home theater are ones that haven't even been released yet. I was like, wow, I would love to have that.
Cut, yeah.
Yeah, like that's crazy. It is crazy. Like the things that money can buy you. Like,
I know, right?
That's like, there's this country song where it's like, money can't buy happiness, but it can buy me a boat. And I'm like, that's facts. Like,
it can buy me a home theater.
It could buy me a home theater.
It can buy me a lazy river. That's my goal.
And I just was like, oh man, like they're sneaking around Mark's house. Like this can't end well. Like definitely my blood pressure was starting to rise.
Oh yeah. I was like terrified that like something was going to happen.
They're going to get caught, like something. And I also just think it's so crazy that he locked onto her being an adrenaline junkie so quick. Like, he knows exactly what makes her tick. He actually is very in tune with what she's thinking and feeling. And he's so perceptive that it's actually wild. And then I was like, where can I find one? Like, it's like he just automatically knows her every thought.
Yeah.
But I didn't catch it before. They say in this chapter something about Addie's dad being a lawyer. I didn't catch that before.
I don't think it was mentioned before.
No? Oh, okay.
No.
So I thought that was interesting that we learned that her dad's a lawyer. But then he starts going into the daddy issue, like,
And she's
route.
like,
And and he's like, well, she's like, I don't have daddy issues. And then, like, through their conversation, he's like, you do now.
Yeah. You have zaddy issues.
Oh. Yes. Yeah.
No, I think it's interesting too because the way that she describes like her relationship with her dad, it's not that there's like anything bad with the relationship she has with her dad, but it is like her dad never protected her from her mom.
Yeah, exactly. It's just
that's
neutral.
the key.
Yeah, it's
neutral. So it's like it's not really a positive relationship, it's a neutral relationship. But when you really think about it, like I'm not saying that Addie's mom was like abusive.
Yeah.
But when you look at relationships and it's like there's a parent that's abusive and a parent that's not, a lot of times growing up, like people side with the parent that isn't abusive. But they're like when the parents are still together, as you get older and you hold resentment to the parent that was abusive, you also start to realize that the parent that was neutral and that you initially didn't have a problem with had the power to stand up and never did for you. Yes. And then you start to resent that parent as well. Yes. The parent that was an enabler.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in conclusion, she has zaddy issues.
Yes. I would love to have those kinds of issues. No, I actually have a very healthy relationship with my dad. So anyways, so he says, or like thinks like good things she doesn't realize what power she really holds yet. Yeah. I said, oh man, this man is down bad. And it for sure is going to be his downfall. Oh, yeah. Like, this beautiful woman holds my life in the palm of her hand. She's just incapable of seeing it that way yet.
She does not know it.
He is down bad.
Which is like, I don't think it's that she doesn't know it. I think that she's so busy seeing other things that she just doesn't see it. Yeah. Because all you have to do is like, take a step back. If she would just take a step back or really fully talk to Daya about it, it's kind of like, well, Daya told her, I think this guy's like obsessed with you. Like he really wants to be with you. He just doesn't know how to not be a creeper. Yeah. 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 Oh. Also, there's like a part that kind of grossed me out. And I think that it wouldn't have grossed me out if I didn't know that like Mark is a child predator. Uh-huh. And it's when he tells her, like, he says, like, that's right, baby, you're my good little girl. And, like, that part grossed me out so much just because of the pure fact that, like, the real things that are happening in this book are, like, sex trafficking and, like, child trafficking. You know what I mean? Like, if we were in a book that didn't have that, I don't even think it would have crossed my mind. But because we're in a book that has those, like, dark themes, I was like, Zade, really?
Okay, fair. But honestly, I think I'm too much into the praise of, like, people being like, oh, good girl. Like, that kind of, like, my Instagram is not full of, but, like, it definitely crosses my Instagram's, like, feed of, like, the thing where the, like, someone comments and is like, I need you to, like, read this and gives them, like, things to read.
And then like, it's the guys that have the deep voices and stuff.
Yeah. And heaven forbid there be a good girl sprinkled in there. I'm like, ooh, that was a good one. Oh my I like gosh. That one. So, like, I didn't even think about that. It didn't even cross my mind. Because, like, what is he going to say? Ooh, good woman. Like, what, like...
No, it's not. I mean, he could have just not said anything, like, along that line.
Oh. He likes to praise her. That's okay.
Well,
yeah, so I didn't write, like, something, and nothing, like, super specific, but I was like, this movie theater scene was hot.
Dude, it was spicy.
It was spicy.
It was so spicy. Because, it was spicy.
Yes. Because there's also something
and a little bit spooky.
Okay, they are watching like a horror film. Yeah. Like that's he knows that Addie is like an adrenaline junkie, so he chooses like some new unreleased horror film and puts that on and then just like has a good time. But like there was something about the fact that like he gets nothing out of this in the sense that like she doesn't do anything to him. They don't actually have like he gets no like pleasure out of it, you know? It's
Mhm.
literally all like he's there for her. And this whole chapter, I'm just like, oh. But it's from his perspective, which makes it so good.
That's true. It's the fact that it's his perspective. I think that he also has the thing where he kind of likes telling her what to do and like
Yes.
bossing her around and kind of being controlling.
Yes.
So I think he gets like he also knows, well, he got his like physical fulfillment earlier in the night.
Bro, you can say he got off. It's okay.
Well, he got that.
You still can't say it.
And so I think now it's kind of like okay, it's your turn.
It's like a tit for tat kind of thing.
It's your turn now, but also like he has fun.
He enjoys like
messing with her.
Yes, he enjoys messing with her.
So
also I was like, I've never had someone pinch it before. Like, is that something that I need to like add to the list of things to try? Because like he talks about doing that he like pinches her in a very sensitive area, and I was like,
I don't think I would recommend.
I was like, I don't know, like I don't know, because the way that they talk about it in the book, like it's the thing that like must be done. Like you like it is like a thing that like sends her over the edge, and I'm like, really? Mm-hmm. Like you're being very not nice to a nice area. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, try it out. Report back to us.
Oh God. Okay. Maybe I'll add it to the to-do list. But yeah, I just was like, interesting. But she's like begging for it, like the whole time that this is going on, and then she's afterwards is like, I can't believe we did that. Like, bro, what?
I know, right? It's like, how are you gonna go crazy and do all that and then be like, oh, like no, like.
You clutch the pearls before, not after.
Exactly. She's like, it's like after it's done, she's like looking at him like, did that really just happen? Like, Miss Ma'am, were you not like fully participating? Like, you were there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that scene, I was like, oof. Like, yeah. Plus, he calls her beautiful like all the time, and I'm obsessed with that.
Yeah.
Because I had heard this thing when I was younger, and I cannot for the life of me remember where it's from. But it was like, when a man calls you pretty, like he's talking about your face. Mm-hmm. If a man calls you hot, he's talking about your body. If a man calls you beautiful, he's talking about your soul. And like, I just never can see that any other way. So now like the fact that like he calls her beautiful all the time, I'm like, he loves her so much. Like, yeah. So there's just something about that I'm like, oh,
it's
love
nice.
It. I love it. Yeah.
It's nice to hear.
Yeah. Yeah. And so now like they're like done like going at it in the theater. She's gotten hers now, and he's gotten his for the night. So now it's time to like deal with Mark.
Now it's time to get down to business.
Exactly. Okay, so this is why
they had dessert before the entree.
No, that's not at all where I was going with this. There was I'm gonna cough real quick. There was a time where somebody had made a joke. I cannot remember the context of this conversation, but someone had made a joke about like how the doctors in Grey's Anatomy are like always having sex at the hospital. And I was like, well, yeah, because don't you want your doctor to have like post-nut clarity when they're treating you? Like, obviously, that's when you're the most level-headed, like you can make the best decisions, like you see God and then you're clear-headed, you know?
Oh
like,
my gosh.
So I feel like this is the same thing here, is that like now they're ready to go deal with Mark and like the intensity of that situation.
Yeah.
But I really don't like him. I really don't like Mark.
Oh yeah. He like
the fact that he's like saying this joke about like, oh yeah, like my wife spends all this money on like the decor, but like it's okay because she's happy, but like clearly he means it as like an attack.
Yeah, like clearly he means it like all my wife does is spend my money. Yeah. Like and then Adeline is like, this office doesn't look like it's been touched by any woman.
Yeah.
Right, like the decor in here is not something that any woman would choose.
Exactly. Like there's no woman's touch to it. And then we get this like back and forth between like Mark trying to like bait Zade into being like a womanizer and like a cheap man.
Oh yeah.
And Zade does not fall for it at all because Mark is basically like, yeah, like women love the money, right? And Zade is like, it's a small price to pay when they give us something so priceless every day. And if you ask me, I'd tell you I'm not worthy of it, but I'm a selfish bastard and will accept it anyways. And like you can read that, like Mark is just kind of like, haha, like yeah, like thinking that he means like, oh, like yeah, but it's a small price to pay that we get to sleep with them kind of thing. Whereas Addie is like, oh my God, he's saying love. Love is priceless. Like,
yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's right. He loves you, Addie. He loves you.
Because I think it's also speaks to like how unrefined or like, I guess like deranged Mark is. Because when you really actually read it, it's like when they give us something so priceless, like that's not sex. There's a price to sex.
Yep.
You know, especially somebody who participates in like the disgusting acts that Mark participates in.
Yes.
There is a dollar sign attached to things.
Absolutely.
So it's kind of like you're kind of a dumbass for not seeing what's in front of you.
Yeah.
You know, like he's like this big bad guy and he like is so like in the feeling of being safe.
Yeah.
Because of everything that he's built around him, that he's not reading the writing on the wall.
Yeah, he feels untouchable. Like, yeah. Yeah, I agree. And I thought, interestingly, there was like somewhere... Oh, so like right after that, because Addie's thinking like, oh, he's talking about love, blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, he can force my body to succumb to him, but he can't force my heart to beat for him. And ironically, it seems that's the one thing he wants most from me. He really wants her to love him.
Well,
okay, yeah, okay, he's going about it in an unorthodox way. Yes, I agree. And that's very true. But
I don't feel bad for him for taking this like the hard way around. Like, I just don't.
No, I don't. But
she'll get there eventually.
But I love that she realizes it. That she's like, he wants that the most. Yeah. Like, it's not like he's just here to like hit it and quit it. Like, he's not just like, oh, I saw this hot girl and like I'm not gonna stop until I get to have sex with her and then like I'm gonna just discard her. Like, he wants like to be her life force. Like, her heart beats for him. You know? Like, yeah, and I love it. And then somewhere like he's like Zade and Mark are kind of talking and she can read it on Zade that he's like seething and like Mark just like doesn't pick up on it at all, but Addie is like, I can tell that he wants to like slit his throat, and she's like, and that kind of makes me want to like suck his dick again.
Oh gosh.
You know, like, because she says something about like it makes me want to like do what I did earlier kind of thing, or like this time I'd be much more ... willing. So she's like, yeah, I mean, if you can kill, like wipe the earth of this child predator, I would happily service you.
Yeah. And then I don't know if you have anything else to add about that, but like, okay. She goes to this party and she does all the stuff to get info from this man. And we learn nothing.
Yeah, not really.
There is nothing to learn from this guy like that we already didn't know. All he basically what we learn is that he is the son of Frank. That's it.
And that he was like kind of hot for Serafina as much as like a 10-year-old understands being like attracted to someone.
Also, I think I don't know if the author did that on purpose.
Yeah.
But also like listen to the way that he talks about being 10 years old.
Yeah.
And what he says.
Yeah.
It's like knowing that he's a child predator makes sense with what he's saying.
Yeah. Because
I never, as a 10-year-old, like, you had crushes.
Yes.
And when you talk about being 10, you're like, oh my God, yeah. When I talk about being in high school I'm like, oh my God, and I had a crush on somebody.
Yeah.
Like this, but never like this, like he makes it seem like he was a grown man wanting
like
Serafina.
pining. Yes, like pining after her.
Yeah. And it's like, I think it just adds to him being icky. Because you're like, so he at 10, or like maybe he even didn't have these thoughts at 10, but like he's convinced himself that him as a 10-year-old had that capacity, and he is a child predator. Yeah. So he thinks, that other kids have that capacity. So it adds to like the bleh.
Yes, it does.
The bleh.
Yeah, because like we already knew that Frank was the one who found John like after the murder, and he was like, John was like so frantic that they practically had to sedate him. And then we already knew that Frank also thought that John was like jealous of Gigi having a lover. He just doesn't know that it was like specifically Ronaldo. And then the one thing I don't think we had already known, or if we did, I might have missed it, was that like Ronaldo had paid off Gigi's mortgage just so that she wouldn't lose the house because of like John's gambling and how much debt he was in, that they like weren't paying their like mortgage payments and like they were going to lose the house. I didn't know that beforehand.
That was new,
but not like
but it wasn't groundbreaking.
Right. And then I said, oh shoot, like maybe Ronaldo killed the people that John owed money to. Like, we don't know. There's like some kind of like circumstance about like, did he help that way? Did he not? Like, we don't know if Ronaldo also helped with the debt that John owed. But then we learn that John ends up working for the Salvatore family that Ronaldo also works for. Yeah. So it's like John might not know that Ronaldo is like romantically involved with Gigi, but now we know that John and Ronaldo are gonna cross paths because Ronaldo is the one who like convinces the crime boss
to take John in as a worker to clean the books.
Exactly, to say like, you don't have to kill him. He could be of use and he can pay off his debt working for you as your accountant.
Which I feel like still doesn't really tell us much about who killed her. Like, it's extra info, but it's not info that she couldn't have figured out through another avenue. Yeah. And it's not info that like, as of right now, I don't see how this is helpful. It just adds to like the motives. Yeah. But it's not helpful in it's not like a what's it called? Like caught red-handed, or like the weapon.
Yeah, like no gotchas are here.
Exactly. No gotchas are here. And the only thing that this does is make me suspicious of Mark's father, Frank.
Yeah. A little bit. And I also wonder if maybe, like, they say something about, like, oh, they threatened John, like, you better not, like, mess up with our books kind of thing. Like, don't try and pull anything here by being our accountant, blah, 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 because we will find out. And then, so I'm like, okay, maybe, like, if Ronaldo might have, like, paid off their mortgage, but he didn't help deal with, like, the people that John owes money to, maybe did he like try and steal from this crime family to pay off his gambling debt, and then they found out and now they're like, I'm gonna come for Gigi. Are they gonna make Ronaldo be the one that does their dirty work to kill Gigi because of that? You know, like that would be really crappy if that's how that goes down. Yeah. But so then Mark is a sloppy drunk. Because his phone is like going off and they're like, what's going on? And he fully says to them that he was like in a video that got leaked.
Yep. Didn't say anything like else, and also even mentions the society. Yeah. Very loose lips. Yes, this guy cannot keep a secret to save his life.
He feels indestructible. Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. He's kind of like, well, like, there's no, like, I can tell them because, like, what's going to happen to me if I do nothing? Yeah. Yeah. So he's, like, a sloppy drunk. And then Addie is kind of debating, like, am I really feeling okay with like thinking that I want Zade to like murder this guy? And I'm like, yes, Addie, it's okay to let yourself
want a predator to die.
Yes, to want a bad man to be off the earth. Like, that is an okay thing to think.
Yeah.
But then we get this like training montage. I love a good.
Oh yeah.
I love a good training montage.
That was so interesting. I totally would have not expected something like that in this book. I would expect it in like romanticities, but not in this book.
But Zade knows that he's gotten her involved in some crappy stuff.
He's like, I better beef this girl up.
I gotta beef her up. I need to get her to know how to protect herself because I've gotten her in hot water.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's like this scene of him like trying to like teach her how to defend herself, how to get out of an attack. And I love a good training montage because it's like another way that you like get that heat, you know, of them being like I'm just gonna beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
And I just love that he's got this like really good reality check that he's like, I get to teach you how to protect yourself.
Mm-hmm.
These girls that I am going in to save have not been given that luxury.
Yeah.
Like, that was a really good wake-up call.
Yeah.
For Addie.
Yeah, because she was being a brat.
She was being a brat.
It's like, girl, you're like entangled in some dangerous stuff now. Like, now is not the time to be bratty. Now is the time to like get it together, girlfriend.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Okay. So that was all that I had for that chapter. I didn't even make a note about Gigi's note at the end of this chapter, so it was pretty like unremarkable.
Yeah. I feel like most her notes feel that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so chapter 27. This is now Addie's perspective.
Yep.
And so they found out from Mark at the end of the last chapter that like she found out that he's involved in the society and like some sort of video got leaked. She doesn't press Z though for like any details.
Mm-hmm.
She just knows like, oh, this is like what he must be pursuing and why he's like trying to get like in with Mark, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I just love that she's like super in tune with him in this chapter. This chapter made me real sad.
Yeah.
But I think leading up to this point, I've been really enjoying seeing them like kind of becoming a couple, you know, of like they're like actually
the
interacting,
banter, the bickering.
Yeah, exactly. It's nice. Mm-hmm. But she's like awakened or about to fall asleep and awakened by Z coming in, and he's like definitely distraught about something.
Mm-hmm.
Like his body language is different. She's like, I can just tell something is off. And then I just, my like notes for this chapter were actually like super short because I was just enjoying reading how cute their interaction was. Like, obviously I feel terrible that like he's upset because the girl, one of the girls that was trafficked that he was trying to rescue, like they must have known that Z was like coming to save her or something because she was putting up a fight trying to leave and then was killed.
Yeah.
And so he's like taking it really personally, like this is on me,
like
it's my fault. Yeah, like he failed.
Should have gone in earlier. Yeah, all the things. People do that when something horrible happens and you just focus on all the things that you can control, because honestly, the real hello.
Hi, buddy.
Honestly, the real issue is like the thing he couldn't control, which is the actions of other people, and it's really not his fault.
Yeah.
But because he's trying to do like a good thing and save this girl, he makes it his fault.
Yeah.
Because the only thing he can't control are his own actions.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. I just love that she like nurtures him, you know. She takes his hoodie off. She's like, oh my god, he's like all knots. And she just like slowly starts like working them out, which also I'm pretty sure we got in an earlier chapter, him being like coming out of something for work and being stressed and being like, I can't fucking wait to have Addie work these knots out of me, like as like a fantasy thought.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, this is like cute that now that's like
Mhm.
actually happening, you know?
It was a little nice to see her be like nice to him.
Yes.
It was also nice to see him be brought down to a more human level.
Yeah.
Because I feel like throughout this entire thing, he's kind of untouchable.
Yeah.
Like,
and
he's not human.
Yeah, and I think she also realized, like, this is not the time for me to be a dick to him.
Mhm.
You know, like, something really serious happened and he's, like, really shaken up about it. And this is not the time for, like, banter.
Yeah. I don't think he would have survived it, actually. Like, I think it would have done some real damage.
Yeah. And that's what she basically is like, you know, like, that girl might be better off that now she doesn't have to live with everything that
trauma.
happened to her.
Mhm.
And I really can't tell from the way his body language is if he ends up feeling better or worse after she says that, you know?
I don't think anyone, I don't think it did anything.
Yeah.
I don't think it made him feel worse. I don't think it made him feel better. I think it changed nothing.
Yeah.
Because what she said was like, what she said you can delve into in so many ways. Like, is it true? She says the worst thing that happened to her was not her dying.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Now we go into, is it better to be dead than be a survivor?
No.
Questionable.
Yeah. I think it all depends on the person because some people have the resiliency
They
to
can
like
make it out.
work through it and learn to like find joy in life on the other side, you
Yeah.
know, but like some people are just more prone to not being able to work through it.
Yeah.
You know, and you never know who
And
those people are.
It's all also like support system. You know, how many times do you hear that like somebody has PTSD, the best thing that you could do for them is support system.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
do I agree with what she said? Parts yes, parts no. But I was more focused on at least she's treating him like her boyfriend.
yeah, she
Like
is.
she's like actually really comforting him. Yeah, and I also love that when she asks him to take off his hoodie so that she can like start like massaging like his back, he's like, "Why?" And she's just like, "Oh, because it would make it easier for me to like massage you basically." And I love that it was not like a this is the time for us to have sex. You know? Because it's not. This is the time for like you need healing. You know?
Yeah, you need to be recentered.
Yeah. I thought it was also so cute that she asked him to stay.
Yeah.
That she was like, come lay with me.
Yeah.
And cuddle.
Yeah.
I love the cuddles. Because I know after I've had a crappy day, like there's even though I'm not the attending in these cases, like as a med student, I've still been in cases and people don't make it.
Yeah.
I've had people come into the trauma bay that I was part of their care team and they don't make it. And like, I know there's definitely been days where I'm like, dang, I really wish that like I could just cuddle right now.
Yeah.
You know, like the long distance makes it hard that I come home and like, yes, I have my cats that cuddle with me, but it's not the same. I'm like, it's something different about like having somebody help work away your like secondhand trauma of the trauma that you witnessed, you know? Yeah. So I really felt for Zade, and I really was like, oh, I'm so glad that she asked him to stay. Like this was so cute. Okay, but then we like get a little bit of a change of pace that
Wait, I have to say something.
Okay, yeah.
She did, like the author describes her as like koalaing him. Yes. And I thought that was so funny because I just imagine her, because she's still a little bit reluctant. So I just imagine her like slowly like just going behind him and going.
Yep. Exactly.
Which I think is so funny.
Yeah. I like that part.
I'm like, finally something that's sweet.
Yeah.
Me
Yeah.
reading this entire book. Can we get something sweet, please? Bo, not my. It's his back paw, I think. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It was his back paw.
Okay. There you go. Yes, just cuddle. I
Oh,
figured out
he hissed at you.
it's because he doesn't like me touching his feet because he thinks I'm gonna cut his nails.
Oh, well, that's why you're messing up your auntie's sweatpants.
Yeah. Well, he look how angry he is now. He's like, I'm gonna angry cuddle.
Sorry, bro.
No, he I realized that he didn't cuddle with us earlier because we were recording like early in the day.
Mhm.
Now it's nighttime, so it's cuddle time.
Yeah.
It's like bedtime cuddles,
That
you
makes
know?
sense, yeah.
You can relax. Okay. But anyway, yeah, that whole I just love that they were like, yeah, like sex is not what we need right now. We need to just like cuddle.
Well, she was ready.
Yeah, and she, I think a little bit, yeah, she wanted to, but I think she also was kind of like, I
think she was trying to throw
know.
him a bone.
She's like, I don't know what. Yeah, exactly. I don't know what to do.
Mhm.
And if this is what would bring him comfort after he like was out there being a hero, like I would do it.
Mhm.
And he was like, I'm a piece, a fraction of the man that I want to be when I like actually have sex with you for the first time. And I was like, oh, like
How insightful.
how insightful.
Mhm.
Exactly. How insightful. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
the biggest part of this that's a fantasy.
An insightful man.
Insightful man.
Oh no. Oh yeah. But
Just kidding. To all the guys out there, just kidding. It's a joke.
Are you?
It's a joke.
I feel like it's just that I feel like even if men are insightful, they're just not as forthcoming with it. Like they just in my experience, however limited, I feel like with my friends, I just like say everything that's on my brain.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I feel like men don't do that.
Mm.
You know?
I think it's because they probably fear getting judged because, like, it's like you have to have a really special group of guys
that
don't judge you.
I say all the time that men grow up learning to impress other men.
Yeah.
And then as an adult, now they don't know how to like impress women.
Or how to be like, it's almost like, you know how they say, or not they say, but you know how sometimes like you can be friendly with a guy and it's just because you're being friendly. It's not because you want anything out of them.
Right.
But it's like they don't know how to just be friendly with you, and it's like any female attention they take as like, oh, this could be like romantic attention.
Right.
So I kind of feel like in part it's because I feel like guys who are like that, in part, sometimes you look at their friend group.
Yeah.
And they don't have just like,
yeah.
Like they don't have like deep emotional friendship with like another guy.
Which is, I think, in part because if you think back like to when we were younger, I had up until like middle school. No, like even like end of middle school, probably going into high school, I always hung out with guys more.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like once you got to that like late middle, early high school phase, that's when the boys start being like, oh, you're talking to that girl, you must like her. And it's like guys lose the ability to be friends with us because of other men being like, oh, you must want to fuck her if you're talking to her.
Oh,
and they're like, no, like she's nice.
That's
or
my
like
friend.
You know, like, so I think they go through that phase of like now they are no longer able to just be friends with girls because, and a lot of that is from other guys giving them like shit opinions. Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
you do it to yourself.
They do it to each other. Yes. Okay. So now I said this is like they're getting ready for the fair, the Satan's fair or whatever, the Halloween fair. Addie's mom calls her and is like, somehow it comes up that or Addie is basically like, oh yeah, I talked to this guy Mark that is Frank's son, and we were talking about Gigi's murder, and her mom was like, did you meet him because you like pimped yourself out to him? And I was like, are you freaking kidding me?
Why would you say that to your daughter?
I would never say that to my daughter. I could not believe that her mom actually thought that. And she's like, no, like,
and she was actually really sad about it.
Yeah, like what the hell?
Like,
I would be too.
That's so messed up.
It was very messed up.
Because it doesn't even come from a place of concern. It felt like it came from a place of like, I think in her own way it was concern, but it comes across like, oh God, don't embarrass me.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, it's different to be like, you know, that guy's a very dangerous man. Please, please, please stay away from him.
Yeah.
Like that's a completely different than like, oh, don't tell me that you like paid, that he paid for you or something. It's like, ma'am?
Yeah. I was
Talk about not knowing your own kid also.
I know. I was in disbelief. But so she gets a little info from her mom that like there was some sort of fight between Frank and Gigi at some point.
Ooh, yes.
And Frank had like shoved Gigi to the ground.
Oh yeah, I have thoughts.
Yeah, and I don't know how I felt about that.
I have thoughts.
Yeah, what did you feel or think?
So for one, this might be like too much, but I think it's, let me rephrase. Maybe not in the real world, but I feel like, and at least in this world, we know that Mark is a horrible person. We know that he's a villain. We know that he's a monster. I just simply don't believe that his dad was a stand-up guy, considering how he came out.
Yeah, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
So I have the opinion, because Gigi's described as being beautiful, and if the genes run true in this line, and Adeline is like super beautiful, like breathtaking, then I feel like Frank probably had his eyes, like whether he acted on it or not, he definitely like liked Gigi and would have definitely done something if she had allowed it. Yeah. And I think the fact that John accuses Gigi of having an affair, Frank almost feels in part like you like messed up my best friend, and also part like I'm jealous because I kind of wanted you.
I'm not the other man. Yeah. So now not only do I not get to have you, but two other people have. And now my best friend is destroyed.
So that's how I feel. Even though the information that we have is that Frank really wanted to be let on the case.
Yes.
But now my thing is, well, did Frank want to be let on the case because he wanted to know what was happening because he was part of committing the crime and wanted to steer the investigation away? Or did he actually want to be a part of the team because he was trying to solve the murder? It can go either or. Because, you know, in a lot of like, well, not a lot, and I'm also talking out of no experience, but on the show Criminal Minds.
Ah, yes. The experts on the subject.
They often say that like the person at fault will try to get involved in the crime to get like
they'll volunteer info as a witness
or to try to be like at the pulse of what's going on in the investigation.
Yep.
Yeah. I
have heard that before too. Yeah, that it's like they want to be keeping tabs on like if people are getting close to the truth or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then for some reason I wrote I wrote Nana definitely was the one who hid the pages. No one else was ever allowed up in the attic according to Addie's mom.
You were spot on that one.
I think so. That when her mom said that, I was like, ooh, I think I was right. Yeah, but I said, what a bitch. I can't believe Addie's mom thought she prostituted herself to Mark.
And for what? She makes enough money with her job.
Exactly.
And
like,
lives in a house that doesn't pay a mortgage.
And she's so pretty that she doesn't need, if she wants to have sex, she doesn't need to go to some 80-year-old man for it. Like,
yeah, for real.
she can literally pick up any guy she wants.
Yeah, including some like mob boss or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Boy, does she have a knack for getting in trouble, huh?
I guess, yeah. And so now they are going to their like Satan's affair thing, the haunted fair.
Mm-hmm.
And so the theme is like creepy dolls, basically, for like all of the haunted houses. I don't love that theme because I feel like it really creeps me out. Like, I would much rather have like gory ones than like creepy dolls.
Yeah.
So I was already on edge realizing that it was all like a little bit like, I have a hard time with dolls for some reason.
Really?
Yeah. It's just like which is weird though, because Annabelle is like one of my favorite horror movies. I love all the Annabelle movies. Like, I rewatch all the Conjuring universe stuff like every year. At Halloween, I like go through all of them, and I love the Annabelle ones. So it's weird. I don't know. It's just maybe because that's like on my TV, so it's like safe. But like, I know when Michelle and I went to Halloween Horror Nights, there was one of them that was a doll one, and it just like, it wasn't scary. It was just creepy, you know? So yeah. I hated though that she immediately ran into Mark.
Oh my gosh, yes. And honestly, as she ran into him, I literally was like, okay, Zade's gotta be here. There's
I know,
no way.
I know. I love that she at least had the insight to be like, let me not let him know that I'm unprotected. So when Mark is like, oh, where's Zach? According to Mark, his name is Zach. She's like, oh, he's in the bathroom.
A good name as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Smart.
Yes, that was very smart. She's like making smarter decisions as the book goes on a little bit, that I'm like, oh, okay, at least when it comes to him a little bit. They go into the haunted house, and I'm like, oh God, like Mark and the 3 other creepy senators are right there. I'm like, are they gonna end up in this haunted house with her? Like, is this how she gets got? Like, my blood pressure is climbing.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I'm getting real nervous thinking about everything that could go down, because she goes into the haunted house and we don't know if Z is actually there or not. And like, okay, yes, her and Dea go into the house and they have a good time. They get some good scares. They go out of the house and it's fine. Like, from everything we see from Addie's perspective, it all goes super smoothly.
Yeah.
And they are having a fun time.
And then, oh my gosh, when we're reading Addie's perspective and somebody yells like, Jackal, I was like, okay, this is coming back.
Yeah.
I was like, that's different. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's not anything like related to the theme of the house.
Exactly.
Yeah. I said Gigi's note at the end of this chapter like really hurt me though. Oh,
sorry.
You.
Thank you.
Because now it's like Frank knows that she's having an affair, and he's telling her like, you're breaking my best friend. And like, that made me really sad.
Yeah.
But that's about all I had about that note.
I feel so like, not sad, but like Gigi's notes I am not like enjoying reading.
No. I'm just kind of reading them for information to see if I can actually like figure out the murder, you know?
I'm like reading it for the purpose of like, I know that the author is going to give me something important in here.
Yeah.
But like every time it brings me out of the story of like present day, I'm like, oh.
At least so far also, there's not really been anything in the notes that isn't discussed by like Addie or like in other characters in the book. So like, you don't have to read them. At least so far. Yeah. I don't think there's anything we've really gleaned.
Well, and I've been kind of like annoyed that like the amount of information that we're learning from characters in the book is just like so minimal.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, I need a progression of this murder plot, man.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Oh. And that was like chapter 27 was pretty like, the beginning of the chapter was very good with Z being so vulnerable.
Yeah, so much happens in that chapter, just like
Yeah.
scene change and stuff. And now we're on 28.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, and this chapter, starting now from the end of 27 all the way through chapter 30, when I tell you that I could not put the book down, I was having palpitations. Like, my notes are so minimal because I
Yeah.
was like, I don't want to stop and write notes. I just want to keep reading.
I agree.
Yeah.
I was reading it and I was like,
yes, just like gasp after gasp. Because now it flips to Zade's perspective.
yeah,
And we find out he is at the fair.
as he should be.
Yes, we already knew that he was gonna be
Yeah.
there because of like Jay telling him he needed to be there
Yeah.
and getting him tickets. But it made me feel better knowing that he was there. I was like, okay, good. Addie is probably protected.
Yeah.
And he like clarifies that he was fully gonna leave her alone, let her enjoy her night with her friends until he sees Mark see her.
Yeah.
And then he's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, now this is not just me trying to like protect Mark and his other guys from like nabbing children.
Yeah.
It's also now I have to make sure that they don't nab Addie and Dea.
Which also, like, how disrespectful. Like, let's keep going.
Well, you can't just say that like and not.
Well, no, just because it's like, okay, so Zade is basically like, Zade is watching this and he's like, I don't trust that Mark respects me enough yet to not touch Adeline. And I'm like, and so as I'm reading this, as he's saying this, I'm like, yo, how disrespectful. Like, man to man, really? Like, you're gonna go after, and you know, like, like, you met this guy at a gentleman's club and he has this nasty scar on his eye. Like, you should know, all right, this is like young buck. He may be young, but like he's also not like some like harmless person either.
Yes, and he also made it very clear, like he very clearly claims Addie. It's not like like I just hit that and that's it.
No, it's like she's mine. And it's like the audacity of this Mark man to like just like blatantly just eye up Addie and her friend like that and like Dea like that. It's crazy.
Because from Zade's perspective, Mark didn't even realize it was Addie. He was looking at their asses.
Yeah.
And then realized it was Addie.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
That's disgusting.
So now Zade not only has to protect his lover / girl that he wants to be his girlfriend. I don't know what they are. His little mouse or whatever. And as a good employee, he must also protect Dea.
Yes. And every other child.
Or as a good employer, excuse me.
And every child that is at this event.
Exactly.
You know, like he's trying to protect every human being that is at this event.
Yeah. Because Dea is also a stunner.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's described as a stunner.
Yeah. Honestly, she gives me the same vibe as Danica.
Yeah.
In Crescent City.
Yeah.
They are the same character in my brain.
I think that they share a lot of personality stuff.
Yeah.
I think the only thing is
Dea's more communicative with
Addie.
She's
more honest and open.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But okay. So, yeah, Mark absolutely makes me sick. And then so he's eyeing up this girl that is dressed as the doll, one of the like scare actors. She's like eating her Philly cheesesteak on the bench or whatever, and Mark is like eyeing her up like he's gonna devour her. And his wife is right there with him, and like it makes me sick that the wife just was like, yeah, like if that's your choice, like go for it, kind of thing. She like nods at him. Let me find it. Let me find where it is.
I think I found it. His wife nods. Wait, what? I didn't think that she was saying go ahead.
Yeah, so he goes, so the doll like makes a face at him, like basically like come get
it,
yeah,
old man.
yeah, come get me, bitch, and goes into the playhouse where, because it's about to open, like the haunted house is about to open.
Mhm.
He stays on the phone for a minute, so you know that he like called someone and was like, target acquired, you know,
Mhm.
like this is one of the ones that we're gonna take.
Mhm.
And it says his wife nods imperceptibly, just a single dip of her chin. And I was like, oh, like she understands like what's happening. It says what Claire has knowledge of is a mystery to me. Mark may hide most of his dealings, but I imagine she's not completely ignorant to how her husband spends his free time. Which kind of was like disgusting, you know?
It was disgusting, but also when I read this, I don't know what was going through my brain, but I didn't think, like, reading this now makes me be like, is she in on it?
That's why I couldn't tell if she was in on it or if she just was like,
A victim of what's going on.
Yeah, like I wasn't sure if she just was not like giving her approval, but like I understand like the phone call that you're making or like whatever, or like, you know, like she knows what's going on. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't like that. Because it's one thing if she's the abused woman and like he'll disappear for like hours or days and she's like,
yeah,
oh, thank God he's away. You know, like
exactly.
There's a difference between that and like willfully knowing this man is abducting people.
Yes. Well, that's what the note that I wrote is, I don't know which is worse. The fact that she knows he's a monster and what he does, or if she had been kept in the dark about it completely. Like, which is worse?
Her
you know?
knowing he's a monster.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Because it's like, it's worse because you then basically like, you know, every time he's away, he's hurting other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're saying it's worse to know.
Yeah, it's worse. It's worse. I think it's worse for her. I think it's worse to know and do nothing, which is what she's doing. Unless she like has something up her sleeve, which I doubt.
Oh yeah, I doubt. Yeah.
You know, I doubt that she's an undercover agent that's been undercover for like the past 50 years. Like, I doubt.
Yeah. Okay, so Mark sees Addie go in the haunted house, and like Mark is right there, and he's like, I gotta like buffer this.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, thank God Zade is there. Like, now Mark knows, like, Addie's protector is here. Like, maybe that means that he's gonna leave her alone.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
so I was like, okay, thank God. And then I was like, no, wait. So Addie and Dea go in the house. They don't even know that Zade is there because he's just trying to let her have fun and have a good time. He goes into the house to be a buffer in between when Mark will go into the house and when Addie does. And this girl that was the doll that was eating the cheesecake the cheesesteak, not the cheesecake, on the bench, pops out and was like, I know what you are, fucker. And basically thinks that he's the one that is going to kidnap like children or women when it's really Mark that's coming into the house. And I'm like, are you going to, I was like, if this girl is it the reason that Mark is able to take take Addie, I'm going to freak out.
Yes, because on top of everything, it's like the classic storm of like, okay, so you're kind of right about something that's going on, but you're completely wrong at the same time. And it's like, no, please don't get in the way of this. Because remember, guys, we made the prediction that Adeline was gonna get kidnapped at this fair.
Yeah. Yeah, so knowing that was like one of our predictions, I was like freaking out. I was like, I swear she needs to just like stay in her lane, leave him alone. He's literally just there to protect her. Like, yes, he's following her and Dea, and it looks like he's
gonna, he is her stalker too.
Yes, but he's there. I promise.
But things are a lot more complicated. There's a lot more nuance going on.
I know. It's like you need to actually stab the old guys that are coming in behind him.
Yeah.
Oh God.
But also, you know, the guts on this girl to think she could take on like a 6 foot dude. Like she must be like, because she's described as looking kind of like a little kid, which is why Mark wants to nap her.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
props to this girl for having the guts to stand up for other ladies.
Yes. And then we hear Mark like trying to put the hit out on Addie. And I was freaking out.
Yo, that was insane. I literally was like, the disrespect and the fact that Zade heard it all. I was like, ooh, you gonna get got, brother man. You gonna get got.
And he's like, we weren't speaking of your girlfriend. And like,
I was like interested to see where this was gonna go. Is he gonna be like, if he was gonna play it off as like, oh, okay, or if he was gonna be like, no, you were, and you're done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep. He's like, we weren't talking about your girlfriend. He's like, the last thing you want to do is lie to me. And I was like, you know how old these scars are? Very old. My opponent was a formidable one. But do you want to know who ended up on the floor with their throat slashed and holes where their eyeballs used to be? Oh, shit. Certainly wasn't me, fucker.
Now I want to know the backstory of this story.
I know. I'm like, I want to know, was it his dad? Like, who was it that he, like, killed? Or was it's realistically, it's probably, like, one of the guys from when he was, like, busting a trafficking ring. Yeah, exactly. But, and then, of course, this creepy doll girl, and he's like, for the love of God, just leave me alone. Like, I'm not trying to kidnap them or whatever. I'm literally trying to stop the people that are trying to take them.
But of course he can't say that because he's still in front of Mark and we don't know where this is going.
Exactly. And then she's basically like, I'm still gonna fight you.
Yeah. And she yells like Jackal. She's the one that yells Jackal. So I don't know if she was like letting other people know what was going on or what.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then that's the end of that chapter. So we didn't know, like, how did it end? Did Zade get out of there? Like, okay,
I was so freaking confused, and I was like, while reading chapter 29, I had to go. I read the first 5 pages of chapter 29 and went, what is going on? And then I backspaced and then reread like the ending of chapter 28 because I was like, where are we in time right now? Like, I was confused.
Yeah.
Because in chapter 29, Adeline goes into the like house of mirrors and somebody starts like following her and like it's described as Zade. Well, first I was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna get got and Zade is in the house.
I was screaming reading this chapter. My note, I said, no, like, not the mirror house, because also I hate mirror houses.
Oh my
like,
God,
they freak
so
me
creepy,
out.
yeah.
I don't like them at all because I hate that feeling of, like, being trapped. Mm-hmm. And that's the worst of, like, not even having a direction to run, you know? Because you're just going to thwack into a mirror. Yeah. So, and then I wrote in all caps, I was like, Addie, that's not Zade, fucking run. Like, I was convinced fully that it was someone else in this mirror house that was like trying to kidnap her. I totally did not think it was Zade in the house.
You just scared the crap out of Bo.
Well, you know what, buddy? Now you understand what I was feeling in that moment. You're just as scared as I was.
I agree. I was like, oh my God, it's not him. Oh my God, it's not him. It's one of the people that's gonna jack her. Yes. And then I was like, oh my God, they got Daya. They got Daya. She's like, where is she? Where is she? And then you keep reading and it is Zade.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, what the heck is going on right now?
I know.
Does this man have a doppelganger? Like, did he clone himself?
Yes, it was fully up until like she sees him that I was like, what?
Yeah, like she has to fully see him for me to actually be like, oh, I guess it is him.
Yeah. And like she didn't say anything like, oh, his voice sounded different or anything. Mm-hmm. So like I was like, did they like capture him and like forced him to like record his voice so that it would like lure her in so that they could catch her or something? Mm-hmm. Like that's what I was thinking. I was not convinced up until
I was not convinced that it was him.
Saw him
until it was confirmed on site.
Yeah.
Target confirmed.
And then, so now I want to know because we stopped reading after chapter 30, or we read chapter 30,
And
but we don't go back to his perspective.
Yeah.
So we don't know, like, how did he get from the other haunted house
over here
to the House of Mirrors?
in time.
Yes. Like, what happened? And I want to know what happened because he's, like, feral right now. Like,
Yeah.
so, like, something crazy happened.
You think he murdered Mark and the people that were with him, and then that for whatever reason got him hot and bothered?
I hope so. I hope that fucker's dead because he's awful.
Yeah.
But the fact that he was like, run, if I catch you, I fuck you. I was like, what is it that, like, he's been waiting.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, what is it that he now is like, this is the time? You know? So that's why
I think probably the fact that she was gonna be willing to do it, like, the night before.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
or
a week. It was a week
before.
before.
A week before.
Yeah.
I think the fact that he knew that when he was, like, down in the dumps, she actually cared to, like, what's it called? To, like, nurture him or make him feel better.
And she
it's
was
like,
willing
oh,
to
she's
do it.
hooked.
Yeah, and she was willing to do it. Yeah. And probably also a little bit.
Also, if, like, my boyfriend and I will, like, if we're outside and he's, like, chasing after me, like, I get true anxiety.
Really?
Yes. And you know I'm not an anxious person at all.
No, I get, like, adrenaline, and it's like, but it's fun.
I get, like, yeah, like, it's fun, but when I tell you that I get, like, legit anxious, like, to the point that I just face him and I go, I can't do this anymore. Just catch me. I can't do this anymore. Like, it literally, yes, because it makes me so anxious, like, the oh my god, he's, like, right behind me, he's about to get me, like, it's like that I'm like, just get it over with.
But does he like purposely run, like, just fast enough to, like, nip at your heels but not fast enough to catch you?
Well, he literally will, he will literally be, like, right behind me and be like, I'm gonna get you.
I love that.
I'm gonna get you. And then I'm like, I'm still too anxious, just catch me already. I can't do this anymore.
You know what you remind me of?
What?
You remind me of a pygmy goat when they get scared and they just fall over and go legs up.
Stop. When someone's chasing me, excuse me. Let me rephrase. When someone is chasing me and the outcome of being caught is not, like, death, like, when I know that it's a game, I get so much anxiety that I'm like, just catch me. I will lose this game. I don't care.
So you don't like playing tag?
I don't really like playing tag like that.
Interesting.
It's like the anticipation. And also it's like, you know, my boyfriend was a Division, like, 3, like, soccer player. Like, he, like, would run up and down a soccer field and very much can still, like, do
He can be fast when he wants to be fast.
So I know he's gonna catch me. I know I can't outrun him. So it's like this, like not learned helplessness, but it's like, why am I running and torturing myself with this level of anxiety?
She goes, meh. just goes legs up.
If I was in Addie's situation, I literally would have, like, just turned around and I would have just been like, just catch me. Because not only can I, like, not see where I'm running, I'm in a house full of mirrors.
Bang.
It's like the anxiety would have just made it so that I either ran through mirrors or just was like, just catch me. Just catch me. I can't do this.
Oh, yeah. So for the men who like the chase, you're not the one for them.
No, I would have been like, I'm sorry. Like, I accept the consequence of this action.
I would have ran as fast as I could. I probably would have thwacked right into a mirror. Oh yeah, because I would have been hauling ass.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Granted, like, if it's your life is on the line, like, that's a different story.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
But if it's just a game and I know that this guy's gonna, like, she wants to have sex with him, you know, like, so I'm like, the consequences of this action, I'm like, am I willing to be okay with this just to avoid the anxiety of being chased.
Yeah. Yeah.
She almost face plants in the mirror too. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Could you imagine just a scene of her running face first and like knocking herself out? And then Zada's like,
Well,
shit. The heck? That was not fun.
I love though that like she doesn't know she knows that she's most likely in the House of Mirrors by herself, like as far as people just trying to like go in and like have fun figuring their way out of it.
Yeah.
But then she runs into a mirror like boink, and you hear him chuckle.
Yeah.
And that's the first indication she has that he's there. And I'm like, oh, that's so funny.
And he chuckles, and I feel like he's near. You see, that chuckle would have sent my anxiety like just through the roof. Through the roof. I would have literally just closed my eyes and be like, just get me already. I can't do this. I can't do this anymore.
Do you like scary movies?
No, girl.
Oh, see, I love scary movies. So reading this whole thing, I felt like I was watching a horror film. Like the scene.
Oh yeah, it is intense.
Yes.
No, I do not like scary movies at all. Not even a little. I can do thrillers.
Okay.
I love thrillers.
Yeah.
But I
no
can't
like
do
jump
scary.
scares or no jump scares.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then also, I don't like gore. I just find it to be like pointless.
Yeah.
And then sometimes things happen and I'm like, a person wouldn't be like that.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
Yeah. That's why I think if I'm watching scary movies, I enjoy ones that are like The Conjuring, where it's like, it's not gory. Yes, exactly.
You see, those freak me out the most.
Oh, really? I just know that I'm like, it's not real. So I just like let myself enjoy the like adrenaline of a jump scare. And I'm like, okay, bye.
You see, to me, I'm like, what if it is real?
I
almost prefer like slasher movies because I'm like, okay, if you can kill the slasher, you're set. Oh, you're good.
Yeah, it's a tangible evil.
Yeah. Now, battling an evil spirit, I don't know how I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's like, how do you kill something that's already dead or whatever? Like, yeah, exactly. Okay. Okay, that's fair.
Oh my gosh, my spine is like I feel the electric shocks down my spine.
Yeah. Oh. I really couldn't even write notes because I was just so
reading it.
I was so into reading what was going on at the end of this chapter. Honestly, though, I kind of get it. Like, at first I was kind of like, why in the House of Mirrors is this, like, the first time that he's actually going to have sex with her? And then he starts being like, look at all the mirrors. And I was like, oh.
I know, he's, like, enjoying watching her from every angle.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay, like, I get it. I think I'm just too much of a prude that I'm like,
in public.
No, no, not that. That I was like,
that was me.
That I was like, I want a comfy bed. If I'm gonna be thrown around, I want my landing to be soft.
I don't think that makes you a prude. I think that just makes you want to be comfortable.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, if you're gonna throw me around, at least make me land on something soft.
No, and you know what's crazy? Like, I could not get into like the spice of like this chapter because I was so anxious that someone was gonna walk in and see them that I was getting secondhand embarrassed. I was like, oh my god, somebody's gonna come in, and they're on every mirror.
That's the worst thing. That's what you were anxious about? You weren't anxious about him like hurting her or something?
No, I mean, like, at this point, it's like if he wanted to, he would have a long time ago.
Okay, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
But it's the fact that it's like could you imagine, like, both of them are butt naked having sex in this House of Mirrors, and they're on every mirror. All it takes is one person to walk in and they'd be like, whoa, oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, there's like no way to hide.
Yeah, and the floor's dirty.
Oh, I know.
I was like, ew.
I know.
I think I literally would have been like, okay, we can do this tonight. and I'll set up a bunch of mirrors at the house. But can we please go back to the house? Please, I beg you. The floor is dirty.
Yeah.
Anyone can walk in. I can't enjoy anything with this anxiety. Please. Please,
Oh my
sir.
God.
I would have been like,
Oh.
remember how I took out all your knots and then gave you a koala hug? Can we like halvesies meet him in the middle?
Yep. Yeah. So like basically like nothing happens like sex-wise yet. This is just all like the chase. Ugh.
Oh my gosh. Something we didn't mention.
Uh-huh.
Daya was in danger. Mark put a hit on both of them.
Yeah.
Daya was in danger.
Yeah.
Or Daya.
Yeah. Yeah.
She was in danger, which is like super. That's like.
Addie left her friend.
Yeah. So the entire time that they're doing this too, since we don't know how that other scene ended, I was like, oh my god, Daya's gonna get like
Get
kidnapped.
nabbed. Yeah, she's gonna get got. Exactly. Yeah. Very like high anxiety.
I was very concerned. That's why I couldn't enjoy this chapter. I was so concerned about them getting caught, the fact that the floor is dirty.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is I
have a lot of breaks.
Well, okay, what I'm hearing is that you're like
Daya's safety
in the moment. So like for me, yes, I was like nervous about that, but I think this is also a testament to like how I behave like in the real world too, is like I tend to be an anxious person and have a lot like going on in my brain, but when it comes to like spicy time, boop, brain shuts off. And I'm like in the moment. So then when I'm reading something like that too, I'm like, yes, okay, this is all that exists is like sexy time, and that's it. Yeah.
I have a lot of breaks.
Yeah, your brain is like pew pew pew.
Yeah, my brain during those time periods is actually like way more
too active.
Like I'm not high anxiety.
Yeah.
But during that, not that I am high anxiety, but I'm like any little thing will just like get me out of the mindset.
I think you have ADHD, friend. I think you have ADHD. No, I don't know. Possibly. It's a consideration, like knowing stuff I know about you. It's a possibility, but
could be.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like I should get tested.
So I feel like this is part of why like I was enjoying it so much, is that I was very much like in the moment enjoying it.
I was like, there's too many things. I don't know how he got here.
Yeah. That was my biggest thing.
It's driving me crazy.
My biggest thing was just getting over the shock that it was actually him.
Exactly. And also, I was like, if it turns out that this man has an evil twin, I'm gonna throw this book away.
Oh my god. No.
Oh, highly doubt that.
I loved, now we get to chapter 30 where they actually have sex. And Addie says thinks it's easier to play the victim when you're not the mastermind behind all of your bad decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, finally she's admitting to herself that this is like all like because she kept like buying into it. Yeah, and egging him on. Oh, I love that he has tattoos. Oh.
You know what? I hadn't even considered the possibility of him having tattoos. In my brain, he didn't have any.
Yeah.
And then it gets revealed that he has like a mermaid on one side, like a siren. And then what else does he have on? Like a dragon?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. I was like, huh.
Okay. It's crazy though, because like I have 2 tattoos on my ankles, and like they're very small, they're simple black lines, they have very significant meanings to me, and that's fine. But like I personally would not put big tattoos like this on myself.
Mm-hmm.
Nor would I, as attractive as they are, I would not want Nick to get tattoos like this. If he was like, oh, I want like a few that are like significant or whatever, like blah, 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 fine. But I wouldn't want him to be covered in tattoos because like I want to grow old with him, and I don't want like an old man with tattoos, you know? But if I were like in a hoe phase, the way that I would find a man with tattoos like this, oh, yeah. You know?
Aaron,
I
I know exactly what you mean. But you're gonna make every guy that has tattoos like this be like, oh, I can't get husband up.
That's just my opinion. I don't speak for all women.
No, I get it. I get what you're saying though.
Yeah.
Cause like on someone who's young and fit, it's attractive.
Yeah.
It's very attractive. So when the first tattoo that it describes is him having a dragon, and I was like, oh, okay, that's like cool. Like he has a dragon. When they said he had a mermaid on the other side, I was like, oh, this man is a man of taste.
Oh yeah, you do love mermaids, don't you? Yeah.
And I'm like, a mermaid? A man that has a mermaid? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just like, yay.
Yeah.
It's just so different.
Yeah. I love though that it was kind of this like, this was still a game.
Mm-hmm.
It was all still the like, who's gonna like lose the control first in the situation, you know? And like, yeah, she's like undressed first, and then she's like, well, you have to undress too, and like you know.
Oh, she definitely had control in that moment.
Yeah,
she definitely was finally doing something,
yeah,
that warrants the title of manipulator.
Oh, I love that she undresses him too. Like, there's just something nice about that, you know,
because it's mutual.
Yeah. Oh. And then she's like, he's fucking phenomenal. Like, he's gorgeous. The muscles, the tattoos, the scars also.
The 2 scars he has.
I was gonna say, I also love that he didn't tattoo over his scars. You know, like, he was very intentional with the placement of all of his tattoos, and I really like that.
Yeah, I don't think you should. Well, it depends on the person, but I think tattooing over scars, like, sometimes it doesn't really work out well. You know?
Yeah, that's true from a practical perspective, but I know a lot of people like to try to like hide scars.
Some scars, yeah, because some can be hidden, and it's like,
yeah,
especially if it's like from like health stuff, like if you had any like surgeries and you just want to like conceal it.
Yep. Oh, but I love that she's like undressing him, like kind of like touching him a little gently, like, and she's like, I feel so much power in my fingertips. I can't imagine how much power I'd have if I loved him.
I know, when she said that, I was like, girl.
Yeah, I was like, oh, you don't even realize how much you actually do have.
Yeah, she has no idea.
Oh.
But also, I'm like, if you loved him, like, where? I thought to myself, like, where is this gonna go? She says like 1 or 2 things here that I forgot exactly what it was, but it made me think that she like, it just, yeah, he heard the food go.
Yeah.
But it just made me think like, oh, is she actually not gonna fall in love with him? Like,
I don't know, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think this is the first time as this is happening, ironically enough, is when I'm like, oh, I don't think that she's gonna actually...
You think she's just gonna manipulate him?
Yeah, like, this is the first chapter that I was like, oh, maybe she won't love him, and maybe Haunting Adeline is really him chasing after her.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because of that one line of like, oh, imagine like how much power I'd have if I actually loved him.
Yeah.
And there was another chapter before that they were gonna do something, and she basically was like, just because my body reacts doesn't mean that I love you up here.
That's the last chapter, right before he starts like chasing her.
Oh,
in the House of Mirrors, yeah.
Yes. And I was like very surprised actually that she said that.
Yeah. Yeah. And he was like, you will learn to have the up here part too, basically. You'll learn to love me also.
I don't know. I used to think that like, oh yeah, for sure she's gonna fall in love with him. And now I'm not so sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think she still will. But I love their like, it's just such a power struggle where like, okay, obviously men that look like this are not a dime a dozen. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he's like, have you ever been like with a man like me? And she's like, better. We're like, oh, okay.
When I read that, I was like, shut up. Shut up.
Exactly. Like, what are you even talking about? He literally saw Grayson walk out of your house. If you had something better, we know that Grayson would not be the one that you called to your house.
Exactly. And it's just like, you know what's so funny? Like, my roommate says, like, shut up. Like, whenever, there's, like, she's telling a story that she's like, oh, this person, like, sucks. And she's like, shut up, shut up. And literally, me reading this, I saw the image of my roommate in my head being like, shut up, Adeline. You're done. Okay, straight to jail.
Yes, exactly.
Right away.
Exactly.
You make fun of Zade, straight to jail.
Zaddy? Yeah. Oh my god, I can't. Oh yeah, but I just like that they there was this moment. Oh yeah, he starts naming off like all the people that she's ever slept with, and I was like, whoa.
I know. I told her, I was like, Adeline, there you go again, getting more men killed with your stupidity.
Yeah, by saying that they were better.
I need her to, like, you know, when this settles down a little bit, I need her to be like, hey, could you, like, not kill all those innocent guys like that? Because I don't want that on my conscience. And, like,
yep.
You know, I think she better, because that's kind of messed up, especially knowing what he did to Grayson.
Yeah. And yeah, exactly. He did.
Let's not forget that he's a dangerous man.
I'm like rereading this and I'm like, woo!
I just looked down. And it's a pretty intense quote.
Yep. Woo. Yeah, it got real spicy. But there was another part that I wanted to mention about, like, their like back and forth, but I guess I don't see it now, so it must not have been that important. But I like that it was just a lot of like who's actually in control, you know? Like, they both are, but also like sometimes it's more him, and then she's like, no, and then it's more her, and yeah. Girl, you're like into reading this right now.
I'm reading the part where he's like telling her like the names of the guys.
Yeah.
And she like pleads with him, and she's like, I don't know what I'm pleading for, if it's like my life or the innocent men I just put on death row. And I was like, yeah, you just put all those guys on death row for sure.
Yes. Okay. The real question is, were you into this chapter?
I was like, so, okay, when things are happening, like, okay, when things start happening and like she's undressing him and all that stuff, I'm like, oh, and then it always has to go to some like painful thing.
Okay, yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, what the actual F is going on?
Okay, so that you're learning what you're into and what you're not into.
Basically. Yeah, like it's different. Like the spicy stuff is like, okay, that's like good spicy or whatever. But then when it like, cause she likes pain and he likes like inflicting pain. Like it's just something that they do.
Yeah.
And it's like every time that they do that, I'm like, but why? Why can't you just love each other?
So apparently Rihanna did not sing to your soul with S&M.
No, she didn't.
Oh, okay.
She didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I don't know that I know.
Like, I think there's one, it might have been in the other chapters, but he like slams her down on the floor and she like is on her knees, and like it's written as like her knees like slam on the door on the floor and it hurts.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why would you do that? I don't understand why you would do that. Like,
yeah.
This is also, I have really bony knees. And so I'm like imagining my knees, and I'm like, yo, like that would take me out of the moment completely. I would be very upset, actually.
Instead of bronchitis, you're like, I got bursitis.
Exactly. So to the point that I literally bought like a new yoga mat that is like
Thicker.
an inch and a half of thickness.
Oh my God.
And
yeah.
guys, when I tell you, like, I can now do Pilates and yoga, and it's so nice because the whole reason why I wouldn't work out in my apartment is because my knees would hurt because my yoga mat was so thin.
Oh,
it was like one of those like really thin yoga mats, and I hated it. When I would try to do a push-up, my wrists would hurt.
Yeah.
Because it's like a lot of force and no cushion. Now I can actually like do a push-up comfortably.
Yeah.
And my wrist doesn't hurt. Like I can actually work out my arms because my wrists are not in pain. And I can actually do like the hydrant, like with the leg raises and the hydrant kicks and all that stuff because my knees don't hurt.
Oh, nice.
So I took personal offense to that.
Yeah.
I was like, WTF, Zade.
I was super into this chapter.
Yeah,
I didn't know that I was going to be actually like the way that the previous chapter was with me being so like like I didn't know if I was going to be into it, but no, I was definitely here for it.
Mm-hmm.
This was intense. But it was
intense. But there were parts that were good. And there were parts I did not like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, I think it's just like their relationship, like the way that they do stuff. I'm like, I don't get it.
No,
like just like I understand the cat and mouse. I understand the being scared, and I understand even like the word banter. But for me, it's like there's some times where she's like, where she'll be like, stop, and he doesn't listen. That'll piss me off.
Oh, okay.
I take personal offense.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like so you're the type that like that means truly like fully stop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotcha. I thought it was so funny that like she's like ready to finish and then he like stops to like change positions and she starts to cuss him out.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, girl, you. Oh, also, this is happening, and I remember when I read that scene, I was like, girl, you are butt naked in a public area. Like, you have no business cussing anyone out, no business whatsoever, like, saying anything at this point. Like,
I just thought that was so funny, because also, though, it's like, if you had to sneeze and then someone interrupts and they're like, bless you, and then now you lose your sneeze.
Oh, yeah. That's the worst.
And you want to cuss them out. Exactly.
That's the worst.
So I understand that she was like, are you fucking kidding me? Now's when you decide to like change, which he did on purpose.
Yeah,
he did fully do that on purpose.
An intentional man through and through.
Yeah. I thought it was like,
I was waiting for the author to tell me that he has like a tattoo on his butt that she sees in the mirrors. That's what I was waiting for, or like a birthmark or something.
Yeah, yeah. But I loved though that like he still is so intentional in the fact that like they're having like really good sex, and then he's like, but I promise you, like one day this body will be carrying my babies.
Yo, I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I'm sure he's saying that, like, you know, in the moment, okay, not gonna lie, that was hot.
Yeah, right?
Okay, but also,
I don't even want kids, and that was hot.
Yeah, but also, I was like, is he the type that would mess with her birth control? Girl, that took me out. I was like, he better not, because I'm like, straight to jail, death sentence, straight to jail.
Okay, at least I don't think that's happened yet, because she says like, oh, I'm on birth control, and he just laughs and is like, for now.
Girl, you better get that Nexplin on.
Yeah.
The one that goes in your arm.
Yeah, right?
Like the commercials with Vanessa Hudgens.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Nexplin on. The birth control that goes in your arm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so after all of their spice, which I would give a 12 out of 10.
Oh my God, yeah. It was a 12 out of 10.
Would recommend, would try. Maybe not in a public place, but everything else I would try and recommend, probably. I don't know. I'm not speaking from experience, just like vicarious experience.
I feel like part of the spice was that it was in a public place, though, right? Because if this happened,
That's like a little bit of the like adrenaline of like, are you gonna get caught?
Yeah, I think 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 if it happened in like closed doors, bedroom safe area. I think the 2 extra points, the 12 out of 10, is probably the fact that it's in a house of mirrors.
I feel like, okay, in all honesty, this is a good book to like help people figure out what they're into.
After the age of 25, yes.
Okay, yes. People who have like,
you know what we are? We're the Ted Lasso meme.
Live, damn it.
Live. And I'm like, no, that's not what we're saying.
Yeah.
We do not condone.
Yeah. So, but in all honesty, like, I actually think that this is a good, like, spicy, like, dominant, submissive, like, kind of.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
To, like, just see if this is something that you're into.
Yeah.
And then we leave off, we end with, like, it turns out that they have been in this house for, like, 2 hours. She was like, I didn't even know sex could ever last that long.
Honestly, I was like, ain't no way. I literally was like, there's no way that they've... But I guess, like, when you factor in... But it didn't even take 30 minutes for him to catch her, though.
Well, because, okay, so how much of that... we'll say, like, probably at least a half hour to 45 minutes was the beginning when she's, like, wandering in the house and, like, getting lost in the house.
Okay, so half an hour, 45 minutes, wandering in the house.
Yeah.
And then the other hour?
Sexy time.
Girl! I was like, ain't no way. I feel like the time from when they were getting naked to, like, actually everything that they did, that was, like, at, like, 30 minutes. There's no way.
I'm giggling because I'm like, no, it could definitely be in that much time.
What we read?
Yeah.
I don't mean like in real life. I mean like in what we read.
I don't know.
I felt like it went, maybe I was just reading fast.
Maybe.
I feel like that went by real fast.
She went warp speed.
No, I went through chapter 30 and I went, oh my God, now I have to stop. I didn't want to stop.
I know me.
I feel like I read through it so fast. Like I definitely inhaled chapter 30.
I read it a few times to make up for reading it fast the first time.
I was so mad that I couldn't keep reading.
Yeah, I was too.
I was like this close to being like, and then I was like, no, you have to stop reading.
I felt so terrible that Deo was like so
concerned. Yeah.
I just love, though, that she gets in the car
and
she was
so
like,
funny. She
said, why the fuck do you look and smell like you just got fucked? And I was like, she didn't even hesitate. She knew exactly what happened.
I love Dea so much.
She was like, you dirty hoe.
And she's like, I'm tired of this, Adeline.
She's like, I was terrified out of my mind and you were getting some in the house.
You could have texted her.
Yes.
You know? I just feel like it's a considerate friend to tell your stalker, can you give me a second? I just got to tell my friend that I'm okay.
Yeah.
And now we're about to get spicy up in here.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even make any notes about Gigi's note at the end of this chapter because I was just so like...
I feel like I would say that to one of my friends. Yeah. I'd get in the car. You'd probably get in the car and I'd be like,
me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
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 And I would be like, you bitch. You had me scared to death about your safety because you are the type that makes us worry about your safety. Okay, she gets up to shenanigans and like, we're like, you're gonna get abducted. And she's like, it's fine. And then we're looking at her location, making sure that she gets home safe.
I just like to buy stuff off of Facebook Marketplace. I am not that unsafe. Okay? I could be worse. At least I don't like hook up with strange people and make you guys fear for my life that way.
Okay, fair. You're okay, you're participating in commerce. I get it. Okay. But still.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's where we left off.
I know. Doesn't that freaking suck?
I know.
And the next chapter is Zade's perspective.
I
You know I'm going home and I'm reading that chapter.
When I saw that it was his perspective next, I was like...
Because honestly, if it was Adeline's perspective, it would have been easier to put down the book. It's the fact that it was his perspective that I was like, no me diga.
Because all I wanted to know is how he got, like, what happened in that gap that we're missing. And then
gap that I was like making up that he had an evil twin.
I know. I love that we were both on the same page, though, of like, I felt so silly when it was really him. I was like, why was I so certain that this was not him?
Because it's done in a way that, like, I think the author did it on purpose to make you think she's about to get got.
Yeah, okay, that's true.
You know, because it's done in a way that there's no way for you to be like it's just some tall dude being like, haha.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah, that was a very good chapter.
And a lot of the banter and like talk in this chapter, I think, is also very good.
I thought so too.
There was one, I'm like looking through it. Man, I'm like looking through it because I read it and I was like, oh, I have to tell Erin about this and I can't find it. But I'm not going to read it like to the podcast because I don't want there in the age of AI, I don't want there to be this line of words.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
That can be used to make anything.
Anything that you say can and will be used against you.
Yeah. In the court of the internet.
Yeah. Oh, God. No, I feel like I hope the people that are, like, attracted to watching this podcast are people that are, like, fans of the book. Mm-hmm. And they just want another, like, girly to fan over, like, spicy sex with.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm annoying.
You have thawed loose a lot, actually, like, in my opinion. Definitely, like...
I've what?
Yeah, like, thawed loose. Like,
what is that?
It's like, you're not as uptight.
Oh, about the... Yeah, the only thing I'm really uptight...
No, you're loose. No, I'm just... No.
The only thing that I'm really uptight about is just the fact that I'm like... Can there be, like, just a little bit less, like, pain?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Just a little bit. Like,
that's why I was like, the part, like, earlier when they were in the movie theater and they said that he, like, pinches her, I was like, is that something that, like, feels good? I don't know.
I don't know. But that was a good one, too. That was a good
one, too. Yeah.
That one is, like, one that I actually had almost, like, no problems with.
No qualms. Yeah.
I had no qualms with it, actually.
Nice. Yeah. No, I do love their dialogue, though. Like, but I'm also a fan of, like, dialogue during spicy scenes.
Yeah, because, like, it just adds to it.
It adds to it, yeah. Yeah. And I think that's pretty much everything that I have. Like,
yeah, that's all I have.
So our prediction... Okay, so she makes it out of the fair.
So she doesn't get got during the fair, right. So that prediction was wrong.
Yeah.
Which, like, I'm not upset about, because obviously I don't want her to get kidnapped.
Yeah.
But also, it makes me think that Haunting Adeline is going to be her actually, like, not wanting to be with him and trying to run away.
Oh, that would make me sad.
That would make me sad, too.
I want them to be together.
I know. I want them to be together, too.
No, we still have 12 chapters left. She could
still get got.
She could easily still get got. As stupid of decisions as she makes sometimes, she could still get got for sure. Because we don't know yet what happened to Mark.
Yeah. And maybe it's like whoever Mark's associates are, like if something did happen to him and Z got to him, maybe they would like take it out on Adeline.
Yeah.
I wonder if in Hunting, like, okay, so if she gets got and he's trying to save her, I wonder how much he's gonna like have Dea help him.
Yeah.
Because like,
are they gonna like team up and help?
Yeah, like, are they gonna team up? And I hope that she like curses him out for putting her in this freaking position. But honestly, I feel like Dea would probably curse him out initially. He would actually be kind of distraught, and she'd be like, "Okay, fine,
I will help you.
Yes, I'll do anything to get my best friend back, and I'm not gonna sit here and like make you feel like garbage over this. We're here on a mission."
Yeah.
Also, kind of want to see what Jay looks like, and kind of want to see Jay and Dea get together.
Yeah, you said that.
I know that I'm like making stuff up at this point, but still, I'm here for it.
I mean, you never know.
I'm here for my imagination.
And then it's also like, okay, so we still have unresolved like conflict with Max. Like we don't know what's gonna happen with him.
Is it unresolved or is it resolved? Like like Z just like threatened him, and I don't know if that's enough to offset him. And the bigger fish to fry is like the organization, the society that Mark is a part of, or if like, because I feel like it's just gonna be like, if Addie really gets got by Max, it's kind of like not as
it's
sucked.
cheap.
It's cheap.
Yeah.
Because he's like the lower fish. Like now that we got exposed to the big fish.
Yeah.
Now like the little fish is
he's
like.
He's not the evil. He's not the real evil.
Yeah, like really more so what he is like misbehaved.
Yeah.
Like he's a criminal, that misbehaves.
Yeah. Okay.
He's not a good, like he's a bad guy, but he's like not disgusting monster, but also still disgusting.
Yeah, just in a different, less.
It's just that
he's a little more palatable.
Yeah, like I think that most people have something. I would say the vast majority of people have something where it's like if you mess with a kid, it's like the urge to protect those that come like after you, like children, is so strong, that to the vast majority of people, doing anything to a child is like, it's literally the equivalent of like the worst evil in the world. You know? So
I feel like I don't really have many big predictions at this point.
I don't either. I feel like the author kind of like grabs you by the ponytail.
Yeah.
She really does.
Yeah. I think
she's like,
burp, burp. I think my thing is like I'm still pretty certain about Nana being like somehow involved.
I think that you're right.
Yeah. And then so I think I'm hoping by the end of this book we get like
the murder solved.
The murder solved.
Yeah.
That would be ideal, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you have anything else?
The second book is like what? What's the second book?
What do you mean?
Haunting Adeline. It comes right after, right? Because there's the skinny one comes after all of them.
Yeah. Where's Molly is at the end.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it'd be so funny if like the author comes across our podcast and she's like, oh, you know what? I didn't think about Daya and Jay. Maybe we could make something out of that.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd be so into it.
Yeah, you never know. I would be into it.
I feel like it's so cliche, but when like there's best friends and then there's guy best friends, I am the person that's like, couple up.
It just makes it easy.
Couple up.
It just makes it so easy to like double date, you know? Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Which is so funny because I feel like that's like Sarah J. Maas's books are very much like
everybody couples up,
Or like the Squidward, the SpongeBob meme that's like, now kiss. And it's like Squidward with the pickle.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I think that's all that I have though.
That's all, folks.
Cool. Well, never stop reading and we will see you next time.